Made Duffy. Ruben Elizondo. Ian Fairchild. Kalia Foley. Mason Green. Ryan Hampton. Cadence Harder. Owen Hayden.
Welcome to Bowie Bulldogs Football on the Vype Live Network. Bowie Bulldogs Football on Vype Live is brought to you by our top dog sponsors, Circle C Orthodontics and Austin Irrigation Specialists, as well as our touchdown sponsors, United Heritage Credit Union, Jersey Mike's, and Frost Bank. Our game day sponsors include Waterloo Ice House, Nance Orthodontics, Kuiper Sparks Agency, JW Flooring Solutions, McLean Family Dental, Rudy's Barbecue, Carlson Law Firm, The Salt Lick, Schlotzky's, Kruger's Diamond Jewelry, Jen Lamb Realtor, Ally Medical Emergency Room, Lee and Kate Photography, Firehouse Subs, Skin Bar Aesthetics, Chick-fil-A, and Mighty Fine Burgers. And now, along with producer J.C. DeLeon and color analyst Stephen Foster, here's the voice of the Bowie Bulldogs, Dee Hanson.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight for Burger Stadium as we conclude the regular season for the Bulldogs with their playoff hopes on the line as they host the Central City rival, the Austin High Maroons. You're joining us here along the Vype Live Network, brought to you by Circle C Orthodontics and Austin Irrigation Specialist. My name is Dee Hanson, and I'm joined by Steve Foster. We're going into the 10th and final regular season game of the season for the Bulldogs, who find themselves at 5-4 overall, 2-3 in District 26-6A play. That has them now with one more loss than Austin High going into tonight's fray. And if the season ended today, they would be out of the playoffs. That is what is on the line tonight, a trip to the postseason. Nearly exactly like last year, the winner of this game will be the fourth and final representative of 26-6A, either as the runner-up in Division I or the Division II bracket, depending on the victor. Needless to say, these two teams are very different than they were in their 2024 amalgamation, and now the stakes are just as high. Whoever wins moves on, and whoever loses stays home.
Yeah, winner take all. It's absolutely win or go home. And as we've seen, the Austin High Maroons have gotten the better of the Bowie Bulldogs. However, in 2025, D, I believe the defense of the Bowie Bulldogs will ensure that an Austin High Maroon team that seems to kind of escape, meaning they've found a way to put points on the board late in games and eke them out, will have a huge wall of immovable object being that Bowie defense tonight here at Burger Stadium.
Up next, we'll get to the starting lineups, the kickoff of tonight's contest as the Austin High Maroons, the Bowie Bulldogs, square off on senior night, with the winner moving on to the postseason and the loser ending their 2025 football campaign. All that coming up under the Friday night lights of Burger Stadium. This is the Bowie Bulldog football presentation along with you here, presented by Circle C Orthodontics and Austin Irrigation Specialists along the Vype Live Network.
Captain Emily Salcedo.
Visit the Salt Lick Barbecue and try their signature all-you-can-eat family-style dinner. Feast on unlimited helpings of Salt Lick's world-famous beef brisket, sausage, pork ribs, potato salad, coleslaw, and beans, all for just $33.95 per person. This offer is perfect for groups and available all year round at our Driftwood and Round Rock locations. Bring your family, friends, and stretchy pants and head to Salt Lick for the ultimate barbecue experience at this iconic Texas favorite. For more information, visit www.saltlickbbq.com and follow us at SaltLickBBQ on Instagram.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders all across the country. This year, contributions from Firehouse Subs and their suppliers will total a minimum of $1 million to support first responders via the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation. Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation has awarded over 300 grants worth more than $4.3 million to public safety organizations all across the great state of Texas. In the greater Austin area alone, more than $343,000 has been granted to local public safety organizations, including Travis County Emergency Services, Williamson County Sheriff's Office, and ACC's Police Department. Founded by brothers and former firefighters Chris Sorensen and Robin Sorensen, Firehouse Subs is the real deal. They know firefighters crave delicious food and a lot of it, so they've made sure every sub at Firehouse Subs is piled high with freshly sliced meat and delicious cheeses. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives.
Thank you to our Bowie football sponsor, Jen Lamb, Realtor with Realty Austin Compass. With over 17 years of experience helping buyers, sellers, and investors, Jen brings unmatched expertise, strategy, and customer service to every client. Her strong negotiation skills and marketing know how to ensure your needs are always the top priority. For a complimentary consultation, contact Jen today. She'll exceed your expectations and help you achieve your real estate goals.
Just under 9 minutes to go before we get things going here from Burger Stadium. The final regular season game and senior night continues to unfold here in the pregame. Presented to you by Circle C Orthodontics and Austin Irrigation Specialist. D. Hanson joined by Steve Foster on the Vype Live Network. A very pleasant evening here at Burger, just south of downtown, 63 degrees. Humidity around 20%. No real wind to speak of. And both teams about to come out onto the field as soon as the parents come off the field. And this is a ceremonial aspect of things that, you know, as a parent now, and I know my son will be funneling into Bowie and is excited to do so. I used to take for granted, and now I understand the meaning of it. Certainly take your time as we have not only the football players, but we're talking about cheerleaders and everybody else associated with the Silver Stars that are associated with these football outings that we're so obliged and able to take a part of. Across from us, though, the Austin High Maroons have come out onto the field already from east to west, from right to left, from their gigantic inflatable A on the far side of the field. And now here come the Bowie Bulldogs with their 3 flags, and will come out underneath us as we're on the home side. Pretty well-filled portion of the stadium as the home side of the field has been filled, and maybe a few Austin High Maroon fans have also come out to take in this football game. That does not reflect the importance of this contest. This is a monumental game, as it was last year, Steve. These two teams come up against each other with the opportunity to either make it to the postseason or not. And this being the final game of the season for Bowie, their open date is next week. That is still a regular season slate for the majority of teams across the board. But Bowie, they landed with their open date being the last game or the last week of the season. So this is their final game of the year, hence the senior night component of it. And now they come out knowing that if they win this game, they are going to the playoffs, and I'll try to draw it out in those simple terms as I can. Bowie comes in at 2-3 in the standings in 26-6A. Austin High is at 2-2. So if Austin High loses tonight, they go to 2-3. Bowie goes to 3-3. And Austin High next week will have Lake Travis. So despite even if whether they win that game or not, the tiebreaker goes to Bowie if they do win that game against Lake Travis at 3-3, and Bowie is in. So it is really academic. After this game, whoever wins this one is in. The other three teams, you might have heard of them. They're in the top 20 in the state. Lake Travis, Dripping Springs, and Westlake in that order as far as also the rankings are concerned. Dripping Springs at 14, Westlake at 16, both with one loss in district play. Lake Travis at 4-0, the only undefeated team in district. So that is just that much more of an emphasis on this game, just like last year. This time it's at Burger Stadium and not at House Park. Now, Bowie is in there very accustomed to in traditional classic blacks, tops and bottoms, white letters numbers and red trim. Austin High in their away white tops, white bottoms, and maroon letters numbers and white helmets as well. So they're almost all in white, and Bowie all in black. Our officials here tonight: Brandon Rich is your head official, Keith Otto is your umpire, Timothy Pruitt your head linesman, Richard Hunt line judge, back judge is Jeff Prosky. This is a officiating crew that is not normally on a Bowie football game. So that even adds a little bit more emphasis. This should add a little bit more of, I would say,
Number 23,
preconceived notions of going into this game as far as other crews having officiated other Bowie games.
Yeah, and I think, listen, if you're a good official, you're a good official. I don't care who the teams are, where they are.
Yep.
The rules don't change for Tasso football and the state of Texas being under UIL rules. And so just call the game. And right now, as you mentioned, D, at the center of Burger Stadium here, the coin toss, Brandon Rich.
He's throwing the toss. It looks like Bowie has won the coin toss. No, actually, they're looking at Austin High.
No, so I think you're right. You're right.
So they're going to situate both teams. We haven't gotten any kind of indication from the officials yet, but yes, Bowie won the coin toss. I think they're deferring.
Correct.
And Austin's going to be receiving to our left in the west end zone. Jackson Lang, Rowan Wells, Mason East, and Tyler Glowatz are your seniors that were your captains at midfield to go through the coin toss. And now we will have our national anthem coming up. Austin High coming in at 2-6 on the season, but those two wins came in district against Aikens and Del Valley. They're 2-2, of course, and they're 1-3 away from home. The Bulldogs 5-4, 2-3, 2-2 here at Burger Stadium. Both coming off of wins against Aikens. Austin High coming off of a bye. That's the reason why they are able to come off that win against Aikens. That's the only common denominator coming in this one. Again, this is the 36th meeting between these two schools. Bowie has won 23 of those, but Austin High has won the last 2 and 4 of the last 6. Color guard now at midfield.
Please rise
and here is our national anthem.
For the playing of the national anthem.
Set and ready to go here as the Austin High Maroons and Bowie Bulldogs are ready to kick off and get things underway. And what is a crosstown rivalry that is actually turned into quite the rivalry. This is a series that for a while Bowie had dominated. They had won about 7 straight leading up to the 2019 season. But since then, other than 2 games in the middle of this series, which were blowouts, 51-14 in 2022 at House, also at House, a 59-0 win in 2021 by the Bulldogs. I would say the heyday for a little bit of time for Bowie. They were really crushing it and also advancing pretty deep into the postseason. It's been Austin High that has really taken this series and turned into the rivalry that it started out as being. So Bowie's trying to have an opportunity here to rectify that situation and most importantly put all that behind them. I build it all up and say now forget about all that, because tonight all that matters is winning this game and moving on to the playoffs. And both teams have that waiting in the wings. And who will be waiting in the wings? Well, as the game ended last night at Kelly Reeves, the Vista Ridge Rangers fell in dramatic fashion to the Hutto Hippos. Hutto will more than likely be who either one of these 2 teams will face. Although, if Austin High does, then Westlake will move on to Division II. It's a wobbly kick, and it will be out of bounds at the 2-yard line, near side sideline, by Colin Ronan going from right to left for Bowie. And that will be a penalty. It does not go about out the back end of the end zone. A 10-yarder. Actually 5 to the 30. 1st and 10, left to right here for the Austin High Maroons. He'll be on offense for the first time. Start out the season, or the game, and they are just averaging around 15 points per game. Whit Davenport was the listed starter. Yes, he's the younger brother of Wilder. But Elijah Jablone also has been one that has garnered a lot of the attention at quarterback, and now he will come in. Actually, he'll be the starter. The junior, 5'10", 165, and he can run the football, averages over 6 yards per carry. Reed Childers, last year against Bowie, had 2 touchdowns. He'll be the lead back along with Cava DeLeon. Your wideouts include Logan Davis, who leads the team in yards and touchdowns, wearing number 16, a senior. Jaden Vasquez is also at wideout, wearing number 1, and Owen Watley is your H-back, wearing number 34, also receives. And now we have a bit of confusion to start off the game. And the officials are conferring. Steve, I'll let you monitor that as I roll out the rest of this lineup for Austin High. At left tackle will be Jaden Aguilar. Left guard is Alonzo Garcia. Center is Joaquin Schmidt, wearing number 65. Omide Oni is at right guard, wearing number 64, junior. And August Young is your lone senior on the offensive line, wearing number 72. Mac Diamond is at tight end, wearing number 80, a senior. Rocky Clark is the OC in his first year. Here's a run out of the gate. Jablone has nowhere to go. Mason East tracks him down from behind. Near side sideline, loses about 3 on the play. Back to the 27-yard line he goes. It's now going to be 2nd down and 13 to go. So Jablone will come out. He has thrown more interceptions than touchdowns on the year, 5 to 4 respectively. We'll now have will be under center, an offset eye. Childers is deep back. Going to hand it off, right-hand side, and again, nowhere to go. Up to the line of scrimmage at the most, the 27-yard line. No gain on the play. Hinton on the stop initially. will bring up a 3rd and long situation. Jeff Abel's in his 24th year as the head coach for the Bowie Bulldogs is 162 and 101. Yeah, the head coach for the Austin High Maroons is Jason Cecil. He was the defensive coordinator for a bit of time, but the first year as the head coach after Bernard Riley resigned after 3 seasons. Already a 3rd and long situation here for Austin High. Blown back to pass. In pressure now, will be sacked all the way back to the 16-yard line. He goes. And Cade Venable came through from that nose tackle spot. You know, pick your poison on that front 3, but they are making quick work of this offensive line already for the Maroons. They drive him back for a 4th and 21, and now Austin High will have to punt it away. We'll get to the defensive alignment for Bowie. They made too much quick work against Austin High. I have to get to their alignment.
You can't talk faster than they work.
I can't even get them in. Here's the punt, just tipped off, and I think it was actually blocked a bit. It will take an Austin High Maroon bounce, though, inside to Bowie territory. I think they hit the 30-yard line of the Maroons, but it took a huge Austin High bounce all the way to the 48-yard line of the Bulldogs. Taylor Gibbs got his paws on that one on special teams. But it still worked out, I think, even better than for Austin High than they expected, considering the circumstances. And now Bowie will come out for their first offensive series. If you didn't know already, you know, Christian Haywood is out for the game due to injury. He will not be in the game at all. He was a listed starter to start out, and now Brady Lamb will come in. He's had some fine work starting at quarterback as well, and he'll hand it off to Moreno. Makes it a little bit easier in your job when you're able to do that. And from your own 48-yard line, Moreno is able to matriculate his way past midfield into Austin High territory to the 46-yard line for about a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4 coming up, under 10 to go. Brady Lamb, the senior, wearing number 12, will hand it off normally to Reese Moreno, wearing number 20, a junior. Now he'll pass it, though, instead, going deep down the left sideline, underthrown a bit to Drangy, and it'll be incomplete. Alex Alderson was on the coverage for Austin High. Drangy, wearing number 9, is a junior. He has about almost 200 yards receiving on the season. He is joined by Trevor Watts, wearing number 13, a senior, along with Luke Nelson, wearing number 14, a senior, and Kieran Campbell, wearing number 8, a senior. The offensive line here as tempo continues to be at the top of the prioritization here for Ty Brandon. Hands it off to Reese Moreno, who is just short on a 3rd and 4 of the first down marker. He's at the 44-yard line. Makes him short by 2 yards. So it's 4th and 2, and Bowie's going to keep their offense on the field and go for it. The first offensive set.
I like this.
Carson Ledford out to left-hand side. Trips to right-hand side. Lamb will hand it off to Moreno. Tries to lean his way forward to the first down marker, but he's going to be shy by a yard. And it's a first down for Austin High instead on a 4th down conversion attempt by the Bowie Bulldogs. Goes short, and that will turn it over on downs. The Maroons will come out on offense for the 2nd time tonight at their own 43-yard line.
All right, I like the call. Go for it on 4th down, but you have such a dynamic runner in Reese Moreno. Get him in space. I talked about this. You want to not just tie him up between the tackles. He makes people miss in space. Everything was great, but get him on the edge. 6 feet is nothing.
Blown again. No, this will be Davenport now. He'll pass a deep ball right-hand side. It will be incomplete. No flags fly. One-on-one coverage solely around the 23-yard line on the near side sideline. Lemuel on the coverage on Logan Davis. That was a beautiful ball down the right sideline. Excuse me, that was Lorenzo Hampton. Or Hoopman. That'll be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Offense or defense here for Bowie. Venable in the middle. Lang and Hinton are on the ends here in this 3-3 stack. You have River Favor, Mason East as your inside linebackers, Vincent Villarreal at Bandit, and weak side Alaka Zarati. Corners are Lemuel and Banks. The back end, Rover, Logan Farenthold, and Taylor Gibbs, shoring up everything at free safety. It's going to be a keeper, and back in, running the football effectively is Jablone. He'll get the first down, but there's a flag at midfield. Jablone will be at the 41-yard line of the Bulldogs for a first down carry, but this might come back on a holding call against the Maroons. We'll see. Actually, they move it up.
No, this is coming.
The 48. The flag got moved up. That's what I'm saying. And it's going to be a holding call against the Maroons. Will nullify. It was actually a very good run by Jablone. Coming out of the game will be Gibbs, shaking up a bit. He'll come to the sideline and sit down as the trainers will tend to him. So Farenthold will be joined by Aguilar, or Alif, Nolan Alif, out to the right-hand side. One receiver out right-hand side, shotgun, and now all kinds of motion. Two receivers out left, one out right. Shotgun. And now, because of all this motion, we're going to have a procedural call against the Maroons. And, you know, they were safe to go after 2 or 3 guys moved, but then Patrick Bird moved from his left slot position to join Jablone in the backfield, and that's when the flags flew.
Yeah, and, you know, you want to try to confuse the defense, but you don't want to confuse yourself.
I got confused. Hoopman out left. Then you have 3 other people in motion. We're going to do the same thing. Bird in motion. They're going to hand it off inside instead. It did not really fool anybody, especially Kane Venable, who swallowed out that run and no real gain on the play. Childers on the carry will gain maybe 1 up to the 39-yard line. Finally, I'll get you the down and distance. It's 2nd down and 14 for the Maroons from their own 39.
Yeah, and it looked like when Taylor Gibbs came off, he may have gotten poked in the eye, and that's kind of crazy, but that does happen.
Trips bunch to the right-hand side. Man in motion going from right to left is Vasquez, and they're going to hand it off inside instead. So it's a lot of window dressing here from Rocky Clark, the first-year offensive coordinator for the Maroons. And again, that goes nowhere for Childers, who carved up this Bowie defense a bit last year, including the game-saving onside kick recovery. Here comes Gibbs back into the game, and Alif will come back out.
Gotta hurry up.
And it's under 7 to go, no score, 3rd and 14 for the Maroons from their own 39. And now we're going to have a timeout taken by the Bowie Bulldogs, their first of the first half. And a very weird and slow start to this game for both sides of the aisle. And there's a lot of stress and pressure going in. We'll see which team settles first. It's 6:53 left in the first quarter. Played no score between Bowie and Austin High. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Rudy's Barbecue is a proud sponsor of Bowie High School football. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com to place an order for their real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. And don't forget, Rudy's serves made-to-order and grab-and-go breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m.
3rd and 14 for the Austin High Maroons. No score here at Berger between Bowie and the Austin High. Their own 39-yard line. All kinds of motion. Should be a free play as Bowie was offsides. Throwing on the run is Davenport out of bounds near side sideline. But a breath of life here for Austin High as there are multiple defensive linemen that jumped off sides. Lang is hoping that they were drawn off, but that's not going to be the indication from Brandon Rich. And it'll be 3rd and around 9 to go here coming up as they march this upfield.
Listen, you just have to wait for the snap. This is an excellent defensive line. You have all the advantages. Let the center snap the ball. You've done nothing wrong up to this point except be in the backfield.
2 left, 2 right. Back to pass again is Davenport. Looking now to be smashed and brought down. Right up the middle is Mason East. drove Davenport back. I don't think he even saw him coming through. A massive loss of the play, back to the 36-yard line, 4th and a mile, and Austin High will punt for the second time in as many opportunities. And Dranke deep to receive, and he is clapping, ready to receive this ball.
Yeah. Hey, listen, the advantage is definitely going to be on the defensive side of the line of scrimmage for Bowie. Let them snap it, count to 1, and still go. You're going to win.
Mason East leads the team in 8 tackles for a loss. Wobbly kick is relatively deep, hits at the 32-yard line. Then when it bounced back, it hit Jackson Taylor on special teams for the Maroons, which will down the ball at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Maroons, or excuse me, for the Bowie Bulldogs, going right to left. Did not really have a chance to throw the football downfield. Had a couple of runs by Moreno, and then got locked up with favorable starting field position, by the way.
Yeah, again.
At midfield, where Moreno tried to find some room left-hand side, and on a 4th down, only got 1 yard. He needed 2. So we'll see how this drive changes for Bowie against a defense that's averaging giving up around 37 points per game. Lamb will hand it off, left-hand side, near side. That's Moreno. Slips out of 1 tackle and then leans forward to the 42-yard line. We'll slow to get up after the end of that play. Gain of around 7.
You got to wait for number 77, your tackle. Stay behind your blockers. You got to stay behind your blockers. It's a saying I use in a variety of situations. He's dang near 300 pounds. Let him clear and cut off of that. Sometimes you don't have to be so anxious.
This is a 3-4 alignment for Austin High. They have been 4-3 a majority of the time. A quick pass on a quick slant to Dranke is received at the 40 of Austin High. He continues on the far side sideline, taking his momentum all the way down to the 32-yard line for a 1st down. And boys, he's going to wind the clock on you to let you know you got a 1st down. That'll move the chains.
Yeah. I loved Evan Dranke because he's like your, multi-faceted baseball player, utility guy. He can kick, he can catch, he can receive, and right there, great timing from Brady Lamb.
Willingham is out there now in the slot to the right-hand side. They're bunched right and left to play action. Here's Lamb going to the end zone, lobs it deep, and it'll be caught and dropped.
Great pass.
Off the fingertips of Watts, who leads this team in touchdowns with 3, unable to hold on to that one. Just as he leaped for it, it would have been a miraculous catch. That was the right throw, and that will bring up a 2nd and 10. The defense here for Austin High is orchestrated by John Brooks, also in his 1st year. Again, when Bernard Riley left Austin High, everybody else moved forward. So Cecil moved from defensive coordinator over to head coach, and he brought in John Brooks, and he instituted a new 3-4 alignment for this defense. We'll see how it goes. We'll get to the rest of the alignment here in a second. Here's an inside handoff. No keeper by Lamb. Julius Silva in there at running back did not get the handoff, and Lamb goes left-hand side and gets a nice gain on the play, around 6 yards. He'll bring up a 3rd down and around 4 to go. Michael Friday, 2nd-team All-District player from a year ago, is at nose tackle. He is one to watch out for. A senior at 6 foot 245, where's number 97. The ends are Borth and Taylor. For the rest of the defense here in a second. Here is a handoff left-hand side. Moreno finds the edge and will find enough also for a 1st down on the near side sideline. He is bounced out around the 19-yard line. That's where they're mark it, and that will move the chains. Linebackers include Ethan Kale. Watch out for him. He wears number 28, a junior at 5'9", 190. John Burns, also at senior, 5'10", 185. Bandit back is Jackson Taylor, number 0, a senior, and Van Kutzer, number 17, a junior. Lewis and Alderson are your corners, and Martinez and Geyer are on the back end as your safeties, free and strong respectively. There's motion against Bowie, which will stall this drive momentarily to bring it back 5 yards to the 24-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 15 coming up. Got it all out.
We have oxygen in here for D. Hansen. This is a win-or-go-home game. Deep breath.
That's the kind of anxiousness I have. Here's another slant, this time to the right-hand side. spinning out of a couple of tackles is, I believe, Watson. No, Luke Nelson.
No, Watson,
Watson,
right?
oh, still right. Okay. Watson keeps it, but about maybe 2 yards at the most. Maybe 5 yards, excuse me, for the penalty. Makes it 2nd down and 8 on the far side hash. Moreno to the right out of the shotgun of Lamb. And it will be another pump and then throw right-hand side. And based on that pump, it really threw a little bit of that timing off, I believe. Kieran Campbell, the intended receiver on the right-hand side. They'll bring up a 3rd down.
Right there. Brady Lamb, you can still roll out to the right and get away from any oncoming rush and have a better sight line to your receiver. There's no shame in that, especially as you mentioned. Campbell slipped coming out of his route. So, Brady, you could have waited and then go ahead and then make that throw, or keep it and bust contain on that far side. And the reason why you talk about this, you're in the red zone. You have to get some points tonight each time.
Janke, the intended receiver, he'll be on left-hand side. He moved. No flag. No, there's the flag. Yeah, he moved before the, and Brady Lamb doesn't know because he was looking to the right-hand side.
Yes.
Drange moved before the snap on a 3rd and 8, which is not ideal, and now it makes it much more complicated to bring this ball back. 3:27, no score. I think that in and of itself is somewhat of a surprise to a lot of people going into this game.
But again, the offense a little jittery right now.
You can tell.
And settle down, fellas.
Willingham is to slot to the left-hand side. Luke Nelson finally situates himself to the right-hand side, and Willingham in motion from left to right. That's the short side of the field to the right-hand side. Drange, lone receiver, to the left-hand side. Lamb looking that way. He's going to go to the left-hand side on a quick in and out and complete it to Drange. Well designed and even more well orchestrated by Drange, who again winds the clock at the 3-yard line. He'll get out of bounds, 1st and 10. First down goal to go. Alderson on the coverage, but the route running was even better.
Yeah, I agree. Post corner move and that inside look towards the middle of the field. Drange got the hips turned of the defensive back, meaning he was helpless as Drange broke back near side to us, and the ball was delivered on time, D, from Brady Lamb.
Silva stays in as your primary back, and Tennessee Collins is your up man, left-hand side. He'll move over to the right-hand side, and now Austin High is like, we just saw a lot of movement here for the Bowie Bulldogs, and flags fly everywhere. And this has not been a very clean drive of the Bulldogs. We'll see what happens. Maybe they were asked to come over. No?
Imitating.
Imitating. Yep. This time. Because both sides pointed at each other. That's when I know
you did
it might be imitating.
That's right. And you cannot, and that rightfully so.
Slightly
you
new
can't
rule.
Yell as if you're the quarterback to try to draw off the offensive lineman.
So now you have both Moreno and now Silva to his left, but Moreno gets a direct snap, and he'll go in for the score for the first touchdown of the game from 2 yards out. Touchdown Bulldogs. Moreno going in for his 18th touchdown of the season, and Bowie strikes first and takes the first lead of the game here on a Halloween night.
Yeah, I was wondering when you were going to mention that.
I think it's so cliche. I've done so many of these games, but I had to do it.
Yeah, well, but it's an important one.
It is important.
They're all important, but here, as you mentioned, going east to west and well orchestrated were the Bulldogs on that drive, even though they had a couple hiccups.
Drange with the extra point, Rusing with the hold. It hits the crossbar and goes through.
Yes.
It just nicked the crossbar. It was a line driver, and those normally do not go through.
Right.
That one did. With 3:15 left in the first quarter, Bowie has the first score and lead of the game, 7-0 here at home against Austin High. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
McLean Family Dental is a proud supporter of Bowie football. Locally owned and operated by Dr. Deidre and Dr. James McLean. We are so excited to be celebrating over 10 years of providing compassionate, conservative, and comprehensive dental care for patients of all ages in Circle C, Shady Hollow, and Southwest Austin. From your friends and neighbors at McLean Family Dental, go Dogs!
3:15 left here in the first quarter, and the first score on the board goes to the Bowie Bulldogs, 7-0 here on the Vype Live Network. As both teams, Austin High and the Bulldogs, trying to angle their way into the postseason. Here's the kickoff from right to left. It's fielded and brought up by the Maroons and saved on the return. Healthy return from around their own, I would say about the 11-yard line.
Yeah.
But brought up, and that one by Logan Davis, who is the leading receiver on this team for almost every other category, had an opportunity to bust that one through, and touchdown saved by Luke Katz on the coverage, bring it up all the way to the 37-yard line. Austin High with their third offensive series coming up. We'll have it 1st and 10. And it will be out left-hand side to Blown. He is the runner of the two quarterbacks, and he'll stay and spin his way, and he'll get out of bounds. The official falls down, and a flag flies at the end of that one. That was a very awkward play at the end. We'll see where the ball ends up being first. I think they're going to have around the 39-yard line for a 2-yard gain to the far side sideline, but on top of that, officials are falling down, and so are players.
So what happens is a late push by an Austin High offensive player pushing into the official. Actually, Mason East hurt on that play coming off, but that was a dead ball personal foul on Austin High.
No, that's a huge blow here for the defense. Also, Mason East has his helmet off, and he's down on his knees at the 39-yard line. He's having a hard time, and this is all conjecture, putting any kind of pressure on his right leg. And now the trainers will come out. We're talking about a major cog of this defense for Bowie. The only good part about this is that he's able to put some pressure on either one of his legs, which he's flexing right now. When I tell you this, Coach Abels is out there right now walking with him back to the near side sideline.
Well, this was a late hit. The play was over, and an Austin High player comes in late, pushing Mason East into the official. That's when he gets his legs caught up in the official. And I've played against teams like this. You have to, as my dad would say, protect yourself at all times. Right now, this is advantage Bowie, but Austin High or any team like that will try some things on you. You do have to protect your person.
A lot of good players on this defense for Bowie, but Mason East brings a different dynamic. I'm hopeful that he's able to come back into this game. It is a 15-yard penalty. Brings it back to the 24-yard line for Austin High, 1st and 23. Back to pass, and left-hand side to Blown goes with it. It's incomplete on the far side sideline. Even if it had been complete, it would be about no gain on the play. Zarate in on the hit as well. But coverage and pressure equal to the task to bring up a 2nd and 23 from their own 24 for the Maroons, down 7-0, 2:45 left here in the first quarter.
And you may have sparked a hornet's nest in the defense for Bowie.
They're none too happy about that last outcome.
Exactly.
Laying and hitting, rearing. Now only 4 coming here. They come through, and Jablon's able to get out of a lot of pressure and stays on his feet. Gets past the 30 to the 35-yard line near the original line of scrimmage. He's short by a yard. They'll bring up a 3rd and 11. 4th and 11, excuse me. Up to the 36-yard line, but Jablon, just to get out of that mess, showed you his capability as the game goes on. We got to earmark that.
And let's see. I was going to see if Austin High here in the first half would go for it, but 4th and 11 is far too long.
James Peterson will come out to kick it away from his own 21-yard line. Gets it away. Knuckleballer is fielded by Drangy. It's a fair catch at around the 37.
Great concentration.
It'll be 1st and 10, just the nose of the football at 37 on the far side hash, going right to left. Bowie in the last series able to punch it in with 1:58 left here in the first quarter, looking for a similar result. but it has not been easy going here in this ball game at all. Christian Haywood unable to go in this game due to injury. Brady Lamb coming in. These two guys have been at quarterback throughout the course of the season, so this is not unfamiliar territory for Lamb. Nelson in motion from right to left. Two receivers left, one right-hand side now. Lamb will play action, roll out right-hand side, look deep down the middle of the field, throw it, and it'll be nearly intercepted. Well underthrown around the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
And had Nelson had that ball been lofted just a little bit more, Nelson would have caught that at 35 and gone into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, Brady Lamb found the right guy, but that was the wrong type of...
Right decision, everything else, right?
You don't throw that as a dart. That one needs, as you said, rightfully so, some air under it. If you just loft that over the center fielder's head, being that defensive back, that's a touchdown.
Vince Geyer, the free strong safety, had a play on that one. Here's a pitch left-hand side. Moreno trying to find the edge. Does get past a couple of
Number 20, Reese Moreno.
hopeful tacklers. He'll get 8 yards up to the 45-yard line. It's 3rd and 2 on the near side sideline.
Here's what I like, but you go to attack that edge, but Reese, little friendly advice, go ahead and get out of bounds. There was nothing wrong with Franco Harris said, hey, I'll take 8 and get out of bounds, because when you cut into 3 guys like that, that momentum for the defenders are inside out, which means they've got 15 yards to attack you. Go ahead and take 8 and be noble. Actually, it's 9, 3rd and 1. No shame in 9-yard run.
Another yard there, so it will be at the 46-yard line, and a keeper, left-hand side. Moreno got it right out of the
There you go.
snap, and again, the Bowie Bulldogs really love that left side of the offensive line. Moreno follows the blocks, gets well enough for a first down and a little bit more. They're going to mark this ball finally at the 37-yard line, near side hash. The Bulldogs are back in business, 1st and 10.
Nothing says in the football rule book on any level you have to get tackled. What you need to do is move the ball into the other person's end zone.
Lamb is the quarterback now, motion for Willingham from left to right to left. We'll hand off inside again. Moreno finds another edge and lowers that left shoulder, but good tackle at his legs. Keeps him from getting any more than about 5 yards on the carry. Vince Geyer, who's everywhere, the senior strong safety for the Maroons, makes the stop. It's 2nd down and about 5 to go from the 32-yard line of the Maroons.
Right there, Reese Moreno finishes off the run, though. His shoulder pads squared upfield, initiating the contact into the defender.
2 receivers left, 1 right-hand side. Again, the handoff inside. This time, Moreno blitzes his way through. He should go in for the score quite easily, nearly untouched, into the end zone for the score from 32 yards out. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And there's a flag on the far side of the field at the 22-yard line. And we'll see if this is away, I would say, basically for the play. It's a holding call against Bowie. And that will wipe out the 32-yard touchdown run by Reese Moreno.
The line judge was on the far side, which is the play side of where Reese Moreno ran. Now, with that being said, that play was so well blocked, by the time anyone could see what was going on with regards to, and it was a spot foul, so basically you play 2nd down and 5 again, he was already breaking for the end zone, free and clear of all the defense.
It was done.
Okay.
The game, it was over by the time the hold happened.
Fair enough. That's what I wanted.
15 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Shotgun now for Bulldogs. It was a spots foul, so it's 2nd down and 5. Lamb's going to flare it out right-hand side. Incomplete. Intended for Drangy out to the 23-yard line. It was where it would have gone, about 8 or 9 yards for a first down. But right off of his hand, and again, these bullet passes by Lamb. He just puts a little touch on that one. It's a first down.
Or if you're going to throw a dart, let him break out of that route, because you want to get it to him real quick. Then it allows Drangy to get himself under control so he can get those 2 mitts up and pull that ball in. It's timing, and right now Brady Lamb just a bit outside on that.
I imagine Bob Uecker reference. Back is Lamb now. He'll be hit as he's trying to throw. I think the ball's loose, and it's going to be a fumble. It's going to be recovered by the Maroons at the 49-yard line of the Bulldogs. Unbelievable.
Recovered by number 8, Colvin Taylor.
Brady Lamb was back to throw the football, and as he is about to throw, he gets hit, and the ball came loose. Did not go forward at all.
No.
So there's not even a question on that. And the Bulldogs, with 3 seconds to go in the first quarter, have given the Maroons prime real estate to start their next offensive series at their own 48 on the fumble. Wow. Here's a handoff on the interior here with the Maroons, and that will get about 6 yards inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. Childers again has made his name well known for the Bowie Bulldog faithful from last year, and now he is rearing his head here tonight with a healthy gain and a big-time turnover that really Austin High needed as they still trail 7-0. That will end the first quarter of play on that last carry by Childers. It's 2nd and 5 at the 43 for the Maroons, and looking to even things up here at Berger. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
If you didn't know already, Schlotzsky's at 5601 Brody Lane should be your catering go-to. With a menu filled with delicious catering options, Schlotzsky's has all the bases covered. With a delicious lineup of sandwiches, soups, salads, pizzas, desserts, and more, we've got just what you need to make any party or event great. Just visit our site, choose from the menu, and schedule delivery. Your order will arrive fresh, on time, and ready to be devoured. Schlotzsky's, it's a mouthful.
Flip sides here. Second quarter is underway from Berger. 7-0 lead for the Bowie Bulldogs, but they have had their hands full all night long against Austin High. 2nd and 5 for the Maroons, fresh off of that fumble recovery. Handoff inside, goes right and then back into the 40 to the 39-yard line. And the very quick Jaden Vasquez on that quick sweep to the right will get up to the about 39-yard line. It's 3rd and 1 for the Maroons in Bowie territory. Wow, what a turn of events.
Yeah, because, again...
What a difference a turnover can make.
Yeah, exactly.
Jablone has been the primary quarterback here, and he will stay in on the quick inside handoff. And I think that's short on a 3rd and 1 on the carry left-hand side. They're going to mark him back at the line of scrimmage on the carry. That goes nowhere. Owen Watley, the H-back, got the inside handoff, didn't go anywhere. And that will bring up a 4th and 1. And the Maroons and Bowie Bulldogs all know this is going to be how this game is going to go all night long. When you have this kind of 4th and short kind of in your own opponent's territory, you're going to go for it.
Yeah, there's no need to hold him back tonight.
There's no punting, no field position.
No.
Jumbo package,
yes.
Under center,
right.
3-back set. And it's going to be a tush, and then they're going to call a timeout, I think.
Oh!
Yeah, Bowie
Why?
called a timeout. No, Austin High called a timeout.
Oh. Yes.
No.
Nope.
Calm down, PA announcer.
Nope.
It's a timeout by the Austin High Maroons.
Timeout.
Their first of the game. We'll take it with them. As a 4th down and 1 coming up from the 39-yard line of the Bulldogs for the Maroons. A big-time play. About 10.5 to go here in the first half. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Nance Orthodontics is the premier office for your entire family's orthodontics needs. At Nance Orthodontics, we pride ourselves on delivering the highest quality dentistry in a fun and modern environment. We provide digital scan and x-rays for smile assessment, and because the AAO recommends seeing an orthodontist as early as age 7, we offer complimentary consultation for children and adults. Dr. Nance is an American Board of Orthodontics certified orthodontist, a Platinum Plus Invisalign provider, and we offer metal and clear braces
services as well. Located in the heart of Austin on South Lamar, Nance Orthodontics serves the surrounding neighborhoods of South Austin. Please
Play
visit
action.
NanceOrthodontics.com
Davenport will throw it out
for more
right-hand
details.
side, and it will be caught for a first down. Austin High will move the chains on an unconventional play action all the way to around the 33-yard line. He was able to hit Lorenzo Hoopman, the junior who leads his teams in receptions with 19 going into tonight's game, make it 20 to move the sticks. Jablone back in at the quarterback spot. And it will be a keeper by Jablone. And he'll try to find something up the middle, and he'll maybe gain 2 at the most. Violently brought down. And Nathaniel Perez able to make the stop. I'll bring up a 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line of the Bulldogs. Turnover by Bowie. Maroons trying to convert something out of this one. Vasquez in motion now. Inside handoff again. Trying to find the edge. Right-hand side. Leaping forward past the 30 to the 29-yard line for maybe 2 yards on the carry as Childers. Nathan Perez again on the stop. Make it 3rd down. And around 7 to go here. I'd make it 6 for Austin High. No penalties if you're a Bowie fan. The defense has been on point almost all game long. Ranging out near side is Hoopman. Aside from that, it's a 2 tight end set, left-hand side out of the shotgun. It'll be a run, and nowhere to go. He's swallowed up and driven back all the way to around the 38-yard line, but forward progress will get to nearly the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of 1, or 5 total, but a loss of 1 from the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down and 11 to go here. Jablone, you know, there's some play calls. I don't like to call out things on either side of the aisle, but that was not a great idea, especially against this defense. Drangy deep to receive from his own 7. Here's the kick by Peterson.
It's horrible.
And it was off the left side of his foot.
Yeah.
When I say nobody had a play on that one, maybe the camera guy for KXAN had it.
And Abels.
On the near side.
Coach Abels.
He goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. I don't want to do the net on that one because it's mean. It's 1st and 10. Bowie holds serve, though. No conversion on the turnover.
Right.
And although Austin High seemed to find something on offense, the Maroons stiffened up and stopped everything. 8:21 left here in the first half. It's going to be handoff Moreno, left-hand side. Bit of a zone read. It seemed like Lamb, though, eagerly handed it off to Moreno for about a 4-yard gain up to the 29-yard line. It's 2nd and 6 for Bowie.
And that was a patient run. Even far side.
Great way to put it.
Yep. Allowed Moreno to find a rushing lane. And again, we love 4 or more yards on 1st down.
To left, to right. In motion is Campbell, and he will get the handoff from left to right. Trying to find the edge, and he'll lose yardage, maybe gain. Actually, it's Drangy. Get that 8 and 9 always mixed up, but it's a 2-yard gain up to the 31-yard line. It's now a 3rd and 4 situation for the Bowie Bulldogs on the near side of hash at their own 31.
Listen, you've got Trevor Watts. You've got a lot of options. You know, a guy that you love that I am agreeing with you is Hunter Willingham, number 88.
Big
He's
target
in the slot,
out there, right?
And he made a 45-yard catch against Westlake.
6'2", sophomore on the near side slot in motion now from right to left. 3 coming, play action, Lamb in trouble. He steps up in the pocket, tries to run with it. Instead, he will get away enough for a 1st down. He'll stutter step his way and get pushed out of bounds on the near side sideline. And he'll have lots of backup from his teammates as well as they push him out onto the field. Gets inside midfield, and they're going to mark him out of bounds. Actually, at the 46. I thought he got past midfield.
Well, that's okay. It's still a first down.
They got that right foot out of bounds against the 46, so that's still, yes, well enough for a first down. Under 7 to go. Bowie will keep this drive alive on the heels, the feet of their quarterback. The whole thing. A delayed handoff. Here is Moreno. And he will lower that left shoulder and matriculate his way to the 35-yard line of Austin High. It's seamless sometimes how quick Moreno can get downfield.
Especially if you get him on the edge, because he's such a good rusher of the football, and that's because of vision as well. When you have a guy who runs this well and can cut back on you and is as strong as Reese is, that's why you want him on the edge.
Willingham in motion from right to left, the up man left-hand side now. And it'll be play action to Moreno looking deep down the left side, and to Willingham was the intended receiver. And that will be incomplete. A bit over his head, but the coverage was picture perfect by Luke Renspy for Austin High. That will bring up a 2nd and 10.
I don't know if Willingham was looking for the ball on that route. He did run a good route.
I felt like the ball was delivered a little early, but
understood.
There it is. Tennessee Collins in to block up front. Handoff goes to Moreno, breaks it from the left to the right, back outside again to the left-hand side, and he will get a first down on the carry. He'll get around 10 yards exactly, in fact, to the 25-yard line on the far side hash, 1st and 10.
Yeah, and that was such a good run. I'm actually going to say, first down. Very patient. Again, let your blockers get in the way. The whole idea is, and you do this on the playground, is you duck and dodge as a rusher sometimes.
To right-hand side on the receivers. The handoff goes to right-hand side also to Moreno. Breaks a couple tackles, and then he is tripped up a bit and finally falls down at the 11-yard line.
Is that a first down?
Which is well enough for a first down.
Okay.
I'll move the chains as well. Almost 15 yards.
There you go.
First down and 10. Again, Bowie can get to the 1.
Get a new set, huh?
To get a new set if they'd like. 2 receivers left. Nelson in the slot to the left. Far out left-hand side is Dranke. Offset off right-hand side. As Tennessee Collins, your up man, deep man is Moreno. Lamb will hand it off to Moreno, right-hand side, find that A gap, and will be slung it around. And I think he lost the football.
He did.
And that was a scrum for it at the 9, and Austin High Maroons are saying they have it. And they do. Second fumble and recovery on top of that for the Maroons.
Oh, my.
And that was all Moreno, who got it stripped from him at the 9-yard line. And that will stall yet another drive for Bowie. And these are the things that happens in these games that Bowie does not want to see on a Halloween night.
No, that was ghoulish. If I can draw from the occasion.
You did. You can, and you did.
All right.
So now it'd be 1st and 10 for the Maroons, only down by 7, under 6 to go. Davenport will hand it off, and I think that the Austin High Maroons will fumble it away at the 8-yard line.
Unbelievable.
And we'll see if the Bowie Bulldogs recover, and they do. So turnaround is fair play. Cade Venable on the fumble recovery. That is the 8th fumble recovery of the season for this team. The first of the year for Cade. And Bowie will get their first turnover forced. First down and goal to go on top of that. So that kind of nullifies what just happened.
Give it right back
about
to Reese Moreno.
7 seconds ago.
Give it right back to Reese Moreno and let him pick up 21 feet. Right back to Reese Moreno.
Quick shift by Collins. Handoff goes up the middle, and that will be a no gainer for the most part. Maybe 1 to the 46 by Reese Moreno. That's an odd play from a layman, Steve. Whenever you see a blocker block to the left, the handoff is to the right-hand side. I know there's some misdirection going on there, but
it's kind of like a trap play.
It really did not work in that instance.
Well, you know, let Reese Moreno use his vision. Remember, I talked about that.
Have an opportunity here. He's going to get the direct snap on the Wild Dog, and he'll follow his blocker's right-hand side, and he will be brought down as ankle 2. So gain of 4.
Another time.
But a lot easier at 3rd and 2. That's goal, 3rd down and goal to go for the 2. And Silva was your blocker.
Right.
And he did his job. He sealed to the left.
Yeah. And again, it's okay if you know which way it's coming. Where you make your money is the vision, because there's going to be an opportunity to cut either out or in.
Throw down the goal to go here from the 2. Moreno will get it again. He'll get slung down. I think he's shy of the goal line. The officials have not conferred yet, and they're going to say he's down short of the goal line.
It's all right. One more time.
That brings up a 4th down and goal to go from the 1-inch line.
Yeah.
Number 21.
And again, it was the same kind of prospect. This time, though, you had Tennessee Collins as your up man, and that's where Moreno went on the direct snap.
Yeah. One more time. Pick your left or right decision and get you 1 yard. No problem.
It's 4th down and goal to go from the 1. Jumbo right-hand side. Collins the up man. Silva the right-hand side. Here's Moreno, and he will stutter step his way into the end zone. In for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And they have now finally gotten one more score on the board to distance themselves here against Austin High, with the extra point pending to go up 14-0 with 3:43 left in the first half.
That's how you show your bell cow rusher you have faith and belief. Just give it to him. Right back to him.
Extra point by Dranke is up and true. So again, with 3:43 left in the second quarter, Bowie now up 14-0 against the Austin High Maroons on the strength of a 2-yard and 1-yard touchdown runs by Moreno. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
At Frost, some of our services sound too good to be true. Like the largest ATM network in Texas. Early payday, so direct deposits made to personal checking accounts are available up to 2 days earlier. Having a real live banker to talk to 24/7. Or that time a Frost banker gave a San Antonio restaurant her personal debit card number after a customer's card was mistakenly declined at his business dinner. True story. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
Coming up on the Austin Irrigation Specialist halftime show, that will have a lot of senior night festivities for you along with the bands. 1-yard touchdown run by Moreno, reversing the turnover. Austin High got one, and then Bowie got one back, and they went in for the touchdown, leading 14-0. Maroons will field a very short kickoff from their own 15-yard line, upfield to the 30 to the 35-yard line. Now we're going to have a little bit of talking at the end of this, and Medeiros with a stop on the play, who has been a special teams fiend all season long.
Yes.
Made the play at the end of that run by Logan Davis. And that will bring up a first attempt at their own 35-yard line for Austin High. Haven't seen a lot that has worked for the Maroons on offense. We'll see if they can try to find something. As Jablone has been the primary quarterback. Instead, Davenport will be in there to hand it off to Childers. The senior, coming off injury, started out the season and has not played a lot going into this game, finally coming off and able to run the football, averaging around 4.5 yards per carry leading into this game. And he had a whale of a game last year against Bowie, but Bryson Batts also helped out a lot. Utility Player of the Year last year, went on to Army. Here is Davenport again in trouble. Be swallowed up, and quickly after the play action, he immediately got sacked for a loss. Venable with this stop, his 4th sack of the season. And that will drive the ball back all the way to the 32-yard line, but Venable, undeterred, makes the play. It's 3rd and 13.
He's got such a low center of gravity, and you can see the strength of the junior because offensive linemen, when they snap the ball, he's quick enough to get even with the blocker and just push past.
Hinton and Venable, both juniors on this defensive front. Roll out to the right-hand side, thrown immediately because of the pressure. Had no chance at all. And that'll be incomplete. Intended receiver was Brady Ford. On the near side sideline, well overthrown and out of bounds into the Bulldog bench. And that'll bring up a 4th and 13 with 2:08 left here in the first half of play. And Bowie has an opportunity here to get another score on the board, and they also get the ball back to start out the second half as they won the coin toss and elected to defer. Here is the kick away by Peterson. And
almost
sneaking
kick
back a little
interference.
bit was Drangy, who motioned for the fair catch at his own 37. It'll be 1st and 10 from there for the Bowie Bulldogs going left to right.
And awful close. They usually, being the officiating crew,
There's a
doesn't
halo
call
there,
it. Doesn't. It's a halo, but if you don't, I guess, get actually bumped or interfered with, as you can tell, they're not going to call it. There's supposed to be a 2-yard halo, as you mentioned.
2-minute timeout here for the first half of play. We'll take it with them. Bowie with a lead. It's not comfortable, but they're getting there. 14-0 against Austin High. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Mighty Fine Burgers, Fries, and Shakes is home of the classic Texas burger. Make it just how you'd like, red, yellow, or white. Add fresh cut, crinkle cut fries. And don't forget the shake. Since the first location opened, quality has been everything. Mighty Fine's premium Texas-style burger is always made from 100% all-natural premium beef. Stop by any one of our 6 locations across Austin for your favorite burger, or to try our newest burger and shake of the month.
All the playoff openings are pretty much locked up here in 26-6A. Lake Travis, Dripping Springs, Westlake well on their way. Austin High and Bowie trying to determine that 4th and final playoff spot. As far as 25-6A is concerned, Hutto, for the most part, locked themselves in with the win against Vista Ridge last night. Vandy has an opportunity tonight against Westwood to do that same. Here is a flare out left-hand side on a 1st and 10. It's complete to Moreno, who, again, never goes down in that first contact, but still will go out of bounds on the far side sideline at the 40. It's a gain of 2, makes it 2nd and 8. Bowie looking for possibly another score will hurry things up. Get to the line of scrimmage at their own 40-yard line, quickly snap it back. Lamb will throw it down the right sideline. It will be incomplete.
Almost.
A one-handed catch attempt by Campbell will not be there. On his hip, had pretty good coverage down that right sideline. Was Luke Rinsby.
Ball's thrown
And that will be, the ball was there. Everything was pretty much perfect. I was like, it would take a miraculous one-handed snag by Campbell, who will now be one of a trio to the right-hand side. That's the long side of the field on a 3rd and 8 to go. Lamb back to pass out of the shotgun. Here comes the pressure. Goes in the middle field. It'll be intercepted at the 45-yard line. Bringing it back all the way to the 25-yard line. It's the 3rd turnover of the game forced by the Austin High Maroons. And it couldn't come up any better for Austin High. John Burns with the INT. And now the Maroons have an opportunity with 2 timeouts remaining. At the 25-yard line, there's a player down at the end of that play as well for Bowie. We'll find out what's going on with that. But, boy, of all the things to happen on a drive, that was the least advantageous thing to happen.
Yeah.
Lamb throwing his 6th interception of the season against 2 touchdowns thrown. I mean, if that ball goes incomplete, then you punt it away. Defense is playing very well. 1:18 left. You go in the locker room up to 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and right now you've got number 62 coming off the field, who made the tackle.
Antonio Moad,
yeah,
the offensive lineman, who again is the starting center.
Interestingly enough, there was a
there is a penalty. There's a sportsmanlike conduct penalty at the end of the play. Well, that's huge.
Yes.
The Maroons now will be at the 41-yard line of the Bulldogs after that last INT. DeBloon will hand it off inside, and again, this interior portion of the defense for Bowie is not allowing any kind of run
or
in the interior.
Time to pass.
Childers goes nowhere, and he's brought back for a 3-yard loss to the 44-yard line.
There's 3 guys playing defense, and the other 8 are just covering their assignments. And I'm not being facetious, but because of such a good upfield presence by the front 3 of the Bulldogs, it's been unbelievable.
Back to pass. DeBloon will be hounded. He'll be now having to run it out right hand side. He has the athletic ability. Gets upended. A big-time hit at the 35-yard line. Short of the first down marker, but boy, did he make a valiant effort to get something out of nothing. And you can see why his athletic ability is so well kept here for the Maroons. It's 3rd down and 4 at the 34-yard line. They're going to stop play, and a timeout should be taken here by Maroons. Let's see. It takes a long... The crew's done a good job, but they just take a while to get things out. It'll be the Maroons taking timeout. We'll keep it here. We'll take it with them. 26 seconds to go, Steve. It's 3rd and 3. This is a huge down in this game. Huge down.
Yeah, because, again, it could give Austin High at least a chance for a field goal. Now, they may say, look, we have 2 downs to get 4 yards, which I would do here in this situation. And, of course, they've got 1 timeout left and try to set something up to throw the ball in the end zone. The real problem for Austin High is 99, 90, and 0 have given quarterbacks no opportunity to take a look downfield.
Davenport, the thrower, so to speak, in quotes, is out there at quarterback now. Jablon is out. Trips left-hand side on a 3rd and 3. 1 receiver out right. Davenport will hand it off inside to Childers, and he will be upended, but still leans forward. They're going to say his knee's down at the line of scrimmage, though, so he didn't gain anything. I thought he might have gained a yard at the most, but that's going to be a 4th down and 3 now instead. And Austin High unable to move the football. And all the kudos to that front 3 of Venable, Hinton, and Lang. They have done yeoman's work here tonight already.
It's
timeout taken on the field, by the way. That's the final timeout by the Maroons on a 4th and 3.
It's just a testament to how well those front 3. And then you see every now and then Alec Zarate coming off from that far left side corner, and that edge. And what that does is put even more pressure on that offensive tackle on the right side. Who are you going to block? Are you going to block Hinton or Lang, depending on what side they line up on, or you're going to give a free rush to a sophomore linebacker who's been wreaking havoc from that position as well? So a lot of things for the Maroons to think about here on 4th down.
They're going for it. 21 seconds to go at the 44-yard line. And a bobble snap, the ball's loose. The play is pretty much over for the Maroons, and it's also going to be recovered on the second turnover of the game by the Bulldogs. Getting on top of it, for the fumble recovery for his second time of the season will be Vincent Villarreal.
No, I think that's Cade Venable.
Or Venable, okay. Excuse me.
Either way, the recovery by the defense. And again, as you mentioned, rightfully so, the front three are just really having their way against an offense. You mentioned scores points, but if the timing and everything is disrupted, they're going nowhere. Here's an opportunity for Brady Lamb possibly to air it out with 17 seconds to go in the first.
Venable's second fumble recovery of the half and his second of the season. Rollout design out right-hand side is going to be caught by Willingham on the near side sideline. Excuse me, that's Luke Nelson at the 48-yard line. That's enough to move the chains and stop the clock at 8 seconds to go. Bowie should take a timeout as they have 2 remaining. That moves the chains. Nope, they're going to run the clock, and now they're going to call a timeout. You know, that's very confusing when you're I know you're yelling at the officials as soon as we catch this ball, we're calling a timeout.
Well, Austin High had the same issue.
And the officials are not on the same page with each other. That will finally stop the clock. They're going to put 6 seconds to go. That will get the ball at, again, the 48-yard line. Bowie still has a ways to go for an opportunity for Evan Drange. His long on the season is 42 yards.
I think this is a pass into the either you can get a quick out so that Brady Lamb has a chance to throw the ball 50-some yards in the air and throw one into the end zone. But, of course, if Austin High's smart and there's room for 2 plays and that last one's going to be a Hail Mary of sorts, you're going to put people at that end line and you're going to force Brady Lamb to throw it into the end zone and see if you can get a jump ball. But that's only if you probably can get 5, 6, 8 more yards before this 6 seconds that they have on the clock, unless they're going to add some more time, expires.
Messy game, not because of penalties, but 5 turnovers in the first half, 3 of them by Bowie, and they lead by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
14-0. Here's Lamb out of the timeout. Will step up in the pocket and then be brought down, and the ball is loose. And they're going to, I heard whistles immediately, but Lamb is stepping up in the pocket, lost the football, but it went forward enough. Yeah, he said he threw it, but, I mean, that's the end of the first half, and unceremoniously now, the Bowie Bulldogs go to the locker room.
Here's the beauty.
That is a tough way to end a first half, but all things considered, if I threw all the things I just happened from a stenographer in a courtroom, and I said, hey, you lost the football 3 times, right. X, Y, and Z,
right.
would you think about that? I don't want that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're leading 14-0.
Right.
Oh, I'll take that.
Right. Anything after fumble 3 times in the first half, you're right. Couldn't be good, but actually, in reality, not too bad. The other thing is you dodged a huge bullet with the short field given to the Maroons because of a fumble, an unfortunate fumble by Brady Lamb because of pressure.
Well, there are a couple of injuries that we're looking at here, too. Also, coming off gingerly still, Antonio Mowad, the center. I can see him at the end zone now being escorted off by the trainers. He is being helped. It's basically the right side of his body, maybe his right arm that they're looking at right now. There's a lot of things that we can't pass along because we don't know, and it's all conjecture too, based around rules and regulations and law. But I have to pass along the fact there are a couple of key players that are injured, apparently, here for Bowie. But Bowie has the lead, going to the locker room, up 14-0. And, Steve, they have the ball to start off the second half of play.
Yeah, and I think now you're going to have to lean on guys like Evan Drange and Reese Moreno. Brady Lamb just needs to kind of find his way a little bit more, I think, fluidly. He's finding the right people, and some of the passes, quick passes, he's made those great throws, but downfield, a little more air possibly. There was one, though, and you had mentioned it, Trevor Watts, he probably should have hung on that. He'll tell you that. He's the leading receiver on the team. That that ball was thrown extremely well to the west end zone. But again, all things considered, the 3 fumbles, up 14, with the ball coming out of the locker room at half, I'll take it.
Yep. So 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, 1 interception.
Correct.
And again, Bowie somehow has a 14-0 advantage. I would say somehow the defense has been playing lights out. There's nothing on the line, really, though, other than the playoffs and the end of your season on top of that. There are other games going on in 26-6A. You also have Westlake at Del Valley going on. Aikens visiting Lake Travis. Obviously, this is the big-time game that everybody's looking at right now. Westlake especially, considering the option of them going to Division I and Division II. We'll look at that later on as the broadcast goes on. We've reached the Austin Irrigation Specialist halftime. We'll let you know, of course, our touchdown sponsors are United Heritage Credit Union, Frost Bank, and Jersey Mike's. Our game day sponsors include Waterloo Ice House, Nance Orthopedics, Kiefer Sparks Agency, JW Flooring Solutions, McLean Family Dental, Rudy's Salt Lake, Carlson Law Firm, Schlotsky's, Kruger's Diamond Jewelers, Jen Lamb Realtor, Alley Medical Emergency Room, Lee and Kate Photography, Firehouse Subs, Skin Bar Aesthetics, Chick-fil-A, and Mighty Fine. As I round that out, here are the bands. Thank you very much once again. Our halftime continues. We have a whole half hour to go, but when we conclude that, we will start our second half of play where the Bowie Bulldogs hold on to a 14-0 lead here at home against Austin High, and we'll have the football to start on the second half of play. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Roberts and Riley Taylor. The Austin High Band is under the field direction of drum majors Sebastian Blanco, Elliot Pozos, Lee Worsham, and A.B. Lee. Our section of the week is the trumpet section. Our marcher of the week is Kelsey Padilla de Leon from the tuba section. Tonight we will perform our UIL show entitled Under Pressure, featuring music by Queen, David Bowie, Carl Jenkins, the Rolling Stones, Shirley Bassey, and Rihanna. Our featured soloists this evening are Juan Marisha Monterrazzo on trombone, Lee Worsham on soprano sax, Alejandro Ortega on alto, Maddox Menzie on tenor, Ryan Martinez on bari, tuba duet featuring Thomas Bryant and Nick Tupin, Gary Karad on flute, and Elliot Pozos on French horn. We would like to take a moment to wish the Bowie Band good luck on the rest of their season, and thank all of our many parent volunteers, especially those who help with the Maroon Crew every week. We could not perform without your support. The Band Boosters would also like to thank our sponsor, Daymaker Half Day Cafe, keeping the Maroon Band cool all season long. Ladies and gentlemen, the Austin High Band! to the field, the award-winning James Bowie High School Silver Stars. The 2025-2026 Silver Stars are led by Junior Lieutenants Ian James and Anna Foxley, Senior Lieutenant Neha Malcolm, First Lieutenant Maya Salinas, Captain Emily Sosela. The steering committee includes junior members Leela Asamoah, Naomi Hughes, Marlon Linedecker, senior member Jasmine Renteria, Vice President Jordan Buanos, President Capri White. The Silver Stars are under the direction of Miss Leanne Bonoski and Mrs. Alyssa Poramsky. Spirit Girl of the Week is Jordan Buanos. Silver Star of the Week is Maya Salinas. And now, for your halftime entertainment, the Silver Stars will perform their traditional high kick to How the West Was Won. Together, the Bowie Band and Silver Stars have been performing this production since the founding of Bowie High School in 1988. Now watch and enjoy as we continue this special tradition that makes Bowie great. Special thanks to our platinum sponsors of the week, Balance Dance Studios, Brunson Dental, Bodyland, and Desano Pizzeria Napolitana. Join me in welcoming to the field the award-winning and nationally acclaimed James Bowie Outdoor Performing Ensemble. Tonight, the OPE will be performing part of their 2025 production titled The War of Art. The Bowie Outdoor Performing Ensemble is under the field direction of drum majors Luke Sauls, Claire Broom, Alex Flores, and Jasmine Snowden. Soloists are Marcus Romero on oboe, Nick Wyatt on bass clarinet, Jason Shim on alto sax, Sayaka Nabashima on soprano sax, Jericho Rivera on tenor sax, and Luca Camara on baritone sax. Show coordination and drill design by Luke Gall. Music arrangements by Doug Thrower and Dr. Drew Dickey. And the James Bowie High School Outdoor Performing Ensemble. Jennifer Hanford, Tyler Jack, Joshua Vype, Lee Paxton, and Daniel Riley. The section of the week is the Baritones. Thank you for your hard work and dedication to this program. The Bowie OPE loves our sponsors, and tonight they would like to thank the Tower and Maestro level sponsors for their amazing support. The premier Tower level sponsor, Julie G. Holmes, and the outstanding Maestro level sponsor, Amanda Escobar, Allstate Insurance. The Bowie OPE would like to wish the Austin High Band the best of luck on the rest of their season. Ladies and gentlemen, the James Bowie Outdoor Performing Ensemble.
Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders all across the country. This year, contributions from Firehouse Subs and their suppliers will total a minimum of $1 million to support first responders via the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation. Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation has awarded over 300 grants worth more than $4.3 million to public safety organizations all across the great state of Texas. In the greater Austin area alone, more than $343,000 has been granted to local public safety organizations, including Travis County Emergency Services, Williamson County Sheriff's Office, and ACC's Police Department. Founded by brothers and former firefighters Chris Sorensen and Robin Sorensen, Firehouse Subs is the real deal. They know firefighters crave delicious food and a lot of it, so they've made sure every sub at Firehouse Subs is piled high with freshly sliced meat and delicious cheeses. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives.
Back to business here, third quarter, about to get underway as it's somewhat of a, I hate doing this, ghoulish first half for the Bowie Bulldogs. I know they lead 14-0 here against the Austin High Maroons on the strength of a 2-yard touchdown run by Moreno and a 1-yard touchdown run by Moreno. But you have Bowie committing 3 turnovers in the first half. 5 total. Austin High had their issues as well. But really a very strange outcome. What had been a rather clean game against Aikens. And for the most part, Steve, I would tell you, I don't know if I've seen Bowie play like this against this level of competition at all. And that is the kind of the amalgamation of actually when it comes to taking on Austin High. These are always these kind of games. Austin High's won the last 2, 4 of the last 6, and Bowie is in with somewhat of a fight. Now, on top of all that, yes, they've turned it over 3 times. They still lead by 2 touchdowns.
Well, I think one of the things that, I alluded to is that the defense for Bowie was going to be a bit more of a stalwart than what happened. Now, you can say, well, it was on the road, House Park last year, whatever. I'm not sure about anything about last year looking forward, but I can tell you the here and now, you're getting a tremendous effort out of the front 3 with great support, even with Mason East banged up a little bit on the sidelines. The second level tacklers, those linebackers, have been flowing extremely well this evening.
2 starters did get nicked up in this game for Bowie already in the first half against Austin High. You have the starting center and Antonio Mowad, the junior. We'll see if he is able to come back into this game. And Mason East, the aforementioned leader in this team in sacks and tackles for a loss. Second team all-district player from a year ago. The junior, will see if he comes back into this game. He's also second in the team in tackles behind Taylor Gibbs. All that said, Bowie won the coin toss, elected to defer. They will be starting out the game receiving the football in the second half of play, leading 14-0 with the playoffs on the line. Kicking it away will be James Peterson, right to left. Austin High clad in their whites, tops and bottoms. Maroon letters, numbers, and black trim. White helmets. Bowie in their blacks. Short kick, field at the 1-yard line, brought up from there. Far side sideline, the 20-25. Silva just tripped up at the 30. He'll lean forward to around the 34-yard line, 33, make it 1st and 10 of the far side hash. And we'll see what the Bowie Bulldogs do with Brady Lamb again coming out at quarterback. Christian Haywood out for this game due to injury. Roland Wells has been out majority of the season since Glenn, not in the game as well. But Reese Moreno has been really propelling this team, and now he'll be joined by Silva in the backfield along with Lamb.
Yeah, and give Silva some touches. I think he was one block away from going to the house on that kickoff.
Going left to right. First offensive play of the third quarter. We'll hand off to Silva, and Moreno is your lead blocker. And Silva will be slung down for a 2-yard gain up to the 35-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 to go from their own 35-yard line. Bowie will again have Glowatz and Merkel on the left side. Trying to see who is in at center. I believe it's Gavin Hernandez who's starting at center, so no Antonio Moad. Low snap and flags fly below or before the snap, really. So procedural call against Bowie. We've seen a couple of those already in this game. We'll see if that ends up being the case. Yep, motion against Bowie.
Got to settle down the center. That is going to be a place to watch, and you don't have to rush. You know, either side of the ball when it's snapped. It really happens after the snap.
Yeah, but you do have some symbiotic chemistry with your starting center and the quarterback.
Agreed.
And cadence.
Agreed.
So that's going to take a little bit of time. Lamb with a delayed draw up the middle. And he stays on his feet to the 40, 45, has a chance. Goes right inside of the 30, breaks it back inside. And we brought down at the 20 to the 19-yard line. And he is all kinds of pumped up for good reason. I thought he might have been down after he got the first down, but he stayed upright and went all the way well into Maroon territory for a 52-yard gain. Ball at the 20. Drangy out right, trips to the left. Lamb looking left, will fling it out left-hand side. Moreno has it in space, and he'll be slung down by his neck at around the 18-yard line for a 2-yard gain out of getting that throw out of the backfield. And there might be a penalty. There is, and a holding call against the Bulldogs. No motion against the ball. That's a second procedure call on this drive.
That's a strange
against Bowie.
Well,
to let everything else go.
Thank you.
Is what ends up being curious. But that's
it looks
what
like
the
they marked
did.
off. How'd they get to the 30 if the ball's on the 20? It's a 5-yard penalty. Did I miss something? That's some math I don't understand.
Well,
it's a 5-yard penalty.
Brandon Rich is the one you need to ask. He's the referee. Keith Otto, the umpire. Head linesman Timothy Pruitt. Richard Hunt at line judge and back judge Jeff Protsky. Here's a run right-hand side again by Moreno. Gets some good blocking upfield inside the 20 to the 19. He gains that edge and gets past the original line of scrimmage to the 19. It'll be a 2nd and 8. Swallowed up a lot of that penalty, whatever it was. I know they call procedural, but that's not the amount of yardage it gained.
Probably a hold.
Whatever it was. It was a holding call.
Right.
2 receivers out left-hand side, and again, Lamb will slight delay, and here's Moreno trying to gain the edge on the far sideline. He'll be, again, brought down hard, but still gets the first down, I believe, on a exactly 9-yard carry on the far sideline on a 2nd and 9. They're going to go ahead, move the chains. The ball spotted right at the 10 of the far side hash, going left to right. Bulldogs first down and goal to go from there.
And again, getting Reese Moreno on the edge is going to be such an advantage to him because he's out in space. He can use the cutback or he can beat you around the end.
Collins, you're up, man. Shotgun Lamb with Reese Moreno to his right. It'll be a keeper by Lamb. Tries to find the edge near side, and then far side, then back near side. Getting tackled for about 2 2-yard gain at the most. Give Austin High a lot of credit on the defensive side. Either way that ball goes, I don't know where it's going to go, but there are a lot of white jerseys for either Moreno and or Lamb. Clearly, if the running back gets the ball, he has a better shot, but decision-making, not easy.
No. And there was some hesitation. I like that. They decided to take a look at that defensive front first.
Gain of 4, handoff right up the middle. Now cutting it back out to the right, back into the left is Moreno, and he will get very close to around inside the 3 to the 2. And it's going to be 3rd down and goal to go from there.
2-down territory.
100%. No question. Lamb comes out. And this is wild dog territory. And this is not an aspect of it's been any difference during the course of the season. This is very consistent in play calling throughout the course of the year.
Just go off the edge. Give yourself a chance.
Silva to the left, out of the shotgun. Moreno's in the shotgun. Low snap. He collects it. It'll go into the end zone. Spins his way in for the score from 2 yards out. Touchdown Bulldogs. All 3 scores have come by the way of Reese Moreno from 2 to 1 to 2. They're 1 extra point away from going up by 3 scores.
The basic basketball zone defense, the 2-1-2. Learned it when I was 8 years old, D. I'm sure you did as well. And that's pay dirt for Reese Moreno here, his 3rd on the evening.
Dranke with Roosing on the hold. The snap is back. The kick is up, and it is true. 21-0. Bowie starts out this 3rd quarter exactly the way they would like to, with a score on the board with 8:28 left here in the 3rd quarter play. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
At United Heritage Credit Union, we believe in the power of community. For over 65 years, we've been helping Texans reach their financial goals with banking that's local, personal, and built around you. We're proud to support the Bowie Bulldogs and the Southwest Austin community because when our neighborhoods thrive, we all thrive. Whether it's better banking or giving back, we're here to make a difference. United Heritage Credit Union, right here, right for you. Visit our Southwest Austin branch or uhcu.org to open an account today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Happy Halloween here from Burger Stadium. D. Hanson joined by Steve Foster along the Vype Live Network. 8:28 left in the 3rd quarter play. Bowie won the coin toss and elected to defer, and that worked out very well to start this 3rd quarter of play. A very shaky, up and down first half. Still had Bowie leading after 3 turnovers, 14-0, but they had capped off now a very successful drive to start the 3rd quarter play with a touchdown run by Reese Moreno, then kicking it away, and we fielded at the far side sideline at the 10-yard line. Austin High looking for any kind of spark on offense, and bringing it up on the far side sideline, I would say just around the 11, it was Logan Davis. He reversed fields, try to find space, but this special teams for Bowie has pretty much been on point, Steve, all season long, and they made the stop at the end of that. Davis got to the 26-yard line near the near side hash, going right to left, and Austin High now, this is kind of a make or break drive for them, down 21-0.
Yeah, you know, you need to see some lights.
They don't score a lot of points anyway. So if they're going to get something, they better get now. Davenport will be a quarterback, and he'll flare it out on the near side, right-hand side, and it will be caught upfield to the 35-40, 45-50, inside the 50 to the 49-yard line to Logan Davis, the aforementioned. He makes quick work of that pass, and just a little bit of deception there. And Whit Davenport, the junior, makes the connection, but he didn't do any of the work, really. Davis did all of it. 1st and 10 at the 49 of Bowie. Davenport stays in. On the inside handoff, he goes to Childers. Childers maybe gets a yard to the 48. That's where the Maroons really can't make any kind of hay, is running the football, which doesn't imbalance this defense for Bowie at all. Trips left-hand side, one out right. Davenport stays in. team in yardage thrown. He goes for another deep ball, right-hand side, incomplete, over the head of his intended receiver. A lot of contact at the end of that one. Davis, the intended receiver, and Lemuel kind of grasp at the ankles. And you know what? Davis fell down when he did that, but it was so well overthrown. I think they might have considered that not catchable.
Yep, I agree.
And they'll bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Maroons.
And a good move, though, to get free from the mule, who really has excellent man coverage.
He has been improving all season long, and now it is Davenport with a very interesting play call, who keeps it and runs with it instead, who is not the running quarterback. Clearly, he looks like a near-born deer out there, and gets brought down for a loss on the play of about a yard by Lang. It'll be 4th and 11 at midfield, and Austin High is going to have to punt it away. I don't even know where that came from as far as this is what we should do to get a first down. Drangy deep to receive. Here's the kick by Peterson. It's a high line driver. Drangy's going to field at the 15, come near side, and get drilled at the 24.
It's all right. Good catch.
Good catch. Good decision. And also good coverage downfield by Ryder Moody for Austin High to make the form tackle on Drangy, who can be elusive at times.
Well, the best thing there is there was no hidden yardage, because you mentioned the ball bouncing towards goal lines, and 15 yards to the west, that ball's inside the 10.
Yeah. And Drangy aggressively picking that up, and I know, Steve, you're all about that.
You got to catch it.
You got to go. We're going to mark this at the 23 officially. Other games going on. Aikens visiting Lake Travis. Cavaliers lead that one 42-0 after 2.5 quarters. And Westlake up comfortably at Veterans Stadium against Del Valle 51-0 after a couple. Handoff goes right-hand side of Moreno. Gains 4. And Steve, we've seen a lot of Reese Moreno all season long. I look down there. I don't look at the down and distance at all. And I'm like, oh, he might have lost yardage on the play, or maybe got 2 at the most. Because Reese Moreno has been so impressive all season long. He gained 4 on that one, and it seemed like he got nothing.
Yeah, and he's chewing up clock.
Moreno, again, a little bit of a bobbled handoff, is able to collect it. The last thing that Bowie wants to have is another turnover. They already have 3 in the game. They get 1 yard. It's now 3rd and 5. Moreno is averaging around 7.5 yards per carry. I mean, that's obscene. His 3 touchdown runs in this game. Now he has 20 touchdowns on the year.
Loving it.
He's averaging $150 on the ground this season. Nelson in motion. Low snap. The ball is loose, and I think that finally Lamb is able to get on top of it. Yes, he does.
And you got to work that out with the center.
That's a 3rd and 5, Steve, and more importantly, it's now 4th and 7 now, and Bowie has to punt it away.
Yeah, and you've got to work
that
out.
That is a huge loss of down based on that miscommunication, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it is a miscommunication.
Oh, my.
And you got to figure that out.
There's no...
Yeah.
I mean, this is not going to play. If you are able to hold on for the victory here tonight,
yeah,
this is not going to play in the postseason at all.
No.
With Hodo more than likely waiting in the wings.
Right.
A late substitution. Katz comes in, far side sideline now, punting it away. Will be Drangy at his own 10. Gets it away in well in time. Wobbly kick, it's short, fielded at the 45-yard line, and then almost losing, I thought, and then falling down was Logan Davis.
Yeah,
I thought he was trying to reverse field. I don't know if he lost the football. It was a very awkward moment for him. He falls down at the 48-yard line of the Bulldogs, 1st and 10. The Maroons have had their opportunities in this game, Steve. They have forced 3 turnovers. They've had a couple of instances where they have a very favorable starting field position on offense. But this defense, like you said, has really done their work. They've driven this offense back. They've gotten turnovers on top of that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much more you can say about this Bowie defense except continue to excel and disrupt for the next quarter and a half.
Giving up around 24 points per game, well in line with that. 1st and 10 here is now rolling out right-hand side is Joe Blown, and he almost throws an interception on the right-hand side.
Fair
Coming in, I think it was Farenthold, who already has one INT on the season, almost got that one.
What was really good
incomplete
about that is that Logan stayed as deep as the receivers were on that far side, so he could break on the ball better than the receiver
but he
coming
did not
out there.
bite on it either.
Exactly.
Yep.
And when you get that type of
Great
coverage,
point.
smart football being played, you don't have to guess because the receiver's going to come to you. So if you stay over the top and then you get the rush that's in the face of these signal callers, then you have time to break. You have time to break on the ball from the secondary as well.
Logan almost feels like a third-generation Farenthold. He's a junior coming into this game, but he has certainly had his brothers in front of him. And now another attempt for Joe Blown to go downfield and throw the football. He had no time to do so, and he is swallowed up again. Jackson Lang able to make the play, and another loss in the backfield.
It's like Hinton, Venable, and Lang are betting against each other. Who can get to the quarterback first? And I don't know, if it's nickels, dimes, quarters, it doesn't matter. But they're trying to add them up as each play evolves.
3rd and 11 now after the loss on the play. You have trips left-hand side, one out right-hand side, shotgun for Jablone. Nope, it'll be Davenport this time again. He'll fling it down the middle of the field. It'll be intercepted at the 33-yard line, bringing it back upfield, spinning his way to the 39-yard line, then driven back.
Yeah.
You're going to have forward progress up to the 38-yard line as Fabian Lemuel with the INT. That's his first of the season. It's hard to imagine.
Yeah.
He is able to get his first interception of the year and a huge one now. Both teams with 3 turnovers in the game. There's a holding call against the Austin High Maroons, which will, of course, be declined. And the Bowie Bulldogs will come back out on the field, leading 21-0, 3:28 left in the third quarter play, converting their third turnover of the evening.
It's easy for you to say. A lot of back and forth. This, in a sense, with the turnovers, seesaw. Bowie doing a better job of converting these opportunities.
A lot of stoppages of play in this game, but we're already at the 3:28 mark. It's going to be Lamb flinging out left-hand side. There's going to be a late hit, I think, at the end of this play against Lamb, and he's coming up a little bit gimpy with his right leg.
Yeah.
And you know what? You can throw your arms up as much as you want, but you come at the legs of a quarterback, you're going to get that flag thrown every single time. Jackson Taylor coming underneath, and that's going to be a personal foul and roughing the passer after the pass was completed. So you're going to have this ball at I think it was originally about a 6-yard gain. Add that at the end of the play. You know what? Most importantly, Lamb is seemingly okay, and he's going to stay on the field.
Yeah, but he's got to protect himself because this is the second or third scenario. The reason why Mason East is out because of a cheap shot on the far side where he gets smashed into the official, and he's out of the game right now. Austin High playing some funny football.
Handoff goes left-hand side. Maurice Moreno, again, another guy you'd like to possibly not have get injured in this game, up 21-0. Around 3:07 and counting down. We'll gain almost 4 on the play. We're on the 36-yard line of the Maroons. And the Bulldogs have an opportunity here to cap off a third quarter. They get a score on the board, leading by 4 touchdowns. Might be able to not have some key players in the game going into the fourth quarter. Here's a pitch right-hand side from Lamb to Moreno, who tries to, in a almost Matrix way, cut from right to left. That was Neo-esque. He had no chance on that one, but still tried to make something out of nothing. Gains basically nothing on the play. Bring up a 3rd down and 7 here for the Bulldogs.
Here's a smart thing about run plays. They take about 45 seconds off the clock.
They take a lot of clock, yeah.
Yep.
Watts out far left-hand side, and the slot to the left is Nelson. Out right-hand side is Dranke. Shotgun for Lamb. Back to pass, looking middle of the field, step up, and be dropped and sacked. Loss of 1.
Well, he has Moreno in the
that
flats.
That was Jackson Taylor on the sack for the Austin High Maroons.
That clock's got to go off in your head because near side to us, all by himself, is Reese Moreno. Dump it to him. Don't take those shots and get the ball out of your hands. The sooner and the quicker that Brady Lamb has been getting the ball out of his hands, the better the opportunity has been for his playmakers to get past the first down marker.
Punting unit comes out for Bowie nonetheless. They're not going to go for it on 4th and 8.
No need.
At the 37-yard line of the Maroons. Drange out to kick it away from his own 49. Angles it right-hand side, wobbles this one out, hits at the 10, and it will go out of bounds at the, maybe the 2-yard line.
It hit off of a Bowie player and carried
goes to the 2-yard line. They're going to take a timeout. The officials say, yep, we're going to mark it at around the 9. Nonetheless, a brilliant punt by Drange.
Correct.
Whether it goes out of the 2 or hits off a Bowie player at the 9,
we'll take that.
It is well taken here. The special teams for Bowie all season long has been rather on point. There are a lot of question marks going into this season. Offensive line, who's going to be doing what at quarterback, but the special teams was one of those as well, and they have performed, and I would say exceeded expectations.
Ditto. I'm right with you on that one, partner. And right now, if some's good and more's better, we need some defense here.
1:13 left in the third quarter of play. Davenport will be at quarterback. And the handoff goes to the right-hand side. And Jackson Lang says, you know what? I feel like it'd be better if he went 1 yard back. And that's exactly what ended up happening. He drove the runner and Childress back a yard.
The King is showing off this evening. And he may have a crown underneath that helmet, but he is wreaking havoc from his right defensive end position against the Austin High Maroons.
Lang on his way to USAFA.
People know what that is?
That takes a lot more than just, United States Air Force Academy.
There you go.
It takes a lot more than just being good at football to get into that place. Here's a keeper, and Jablone is able to blow this one up. Near side sideline, and he is clearly the best athlete on the field for the Maroons, and he is showing why. Holds on to that one and gets well enough for a first down. They're going to mark him at around the 28-yard line. He is fun to watch. The junior, who averages around over 6 yards per carry. At 275 on the ground, Steve, he's the second leading rusher on the team.
And interestingly enough, here comes Hendricks York to give the King a breather.
Oh. And Hendricks has shown his wares during the course of the season, the sophomore. Dub, of course, his cousin, playing in 2023. Quick pitch out right-hand side. Nice gain. And trickeration continues here as Fabian Mule makes a nice stab at Hoopman.
Yeah.
Who has, again, also had some big plays in this game for the Maroons. And that will run the clock to 0 in the third quarter on a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 for Austin High. They trail 21-0 on the road at their own 34-yard line with a whole quarter to go here against the Bowie Bulldogs with the playoffs on the line. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Looking for the best brunch, lunch, dinner, or happy hour spot? Look no further than your neighborhood Waterloo Ice House. With 4 locations across Austin, we've been serving up cold drinks and made-from-scratch food for locals, newcomers, and families alike since 1976. Get a taste of original Austin with great food and good vibes. With our patios, playscapes, big screens, daily specials, breakfast all day, and more, we've got something for everyone. See locations, menus, and more at WaterlooIcehouse.com. Waterloo Ice House, where neighbors become friends.
Well, it's been kind of a awkward start to this game and an up and down affair, but that's kind of what you expect to a large degree between Austin High and Bowie. These two teams do not like each other. They're not very far from each other. And typically over the last couple of seasons, they have determined who goes on to the playoffs and who doesn't. That's not any different now going into this fourth quarter, as they're going to have a flare out to the left-hand side and throw in a 2nd and 4. Jablone throwing it almost blindly because of the pressure, and that was in no man's land. They'll be incomplete. I think more advantageously for the Maroons, bring up a 3rd and 4. But Steve, setting up the narrative a little bit. Fourth quarter coming up. Maroons trailing 21-0. Everything on the line right now on this drive for Austin High. They've got to get something on the board.
Yeah, and Bowie, all they need to do is bend but don't break and run this clock out.
3rd and 4 at their own 34. Back to passes, Balloon. Lobs it right-hand side, and it will be incomplete. That was a good pass.
It's a great pass.
An opportunity there for his tight end, and Mac Diamond, the senior, who leaped up, and he has plenty of stature on top of him. He's probably like 6'3", 6'4", just over his head, but you can hold on to that. It's a first down. Taylor Gibbs on the coverage, but offensively for the Maroons, you can't ask for much more between a passer and a receiver. Wow. Other than to complete the pass.
Right, well, because there was time to throw it. That was the good thing.
On top of that.
Yes.
Drangy now on a 4th and 4 will be deep to receive on a punt. Low snap back, high kick. It's short. Drangy underneath at the 45 on a fair catch. And
Great
that's what it's going to be
catch.
here for the Maroons on 1st and 10 from right to left.
Great catch, because that ball could have bounced 10 to 15 yards towards Bowie's end zone right now. Almost a short field. It is a short field. The ball's going to be spotted at the 46 of Bowie. And right now, with 11:39 left, go ahead and run 3, 4, 5 minutes off this clock and really put a lot of pressure on Austin High and its offense to produce.
Bowie has lost 4 of the last 6 in this series, and those 4 losses have been decided by a total of 10 points. Not average,
right?
By a total.
Right.
The other 2 wins, Bowie has scored over 51. We're kind of in the middle of that category in this particular game, I think, but we'll have a whole fourth quarter to go. Lamb, nope, it's Moreno with a direct snap, and he's going to bring it out right and then break it back in. And you know what? Brandon's not wasting any time. He's going to get that ball right in his biggest playmaker on offense right out of the fourth quarter with a 9-yard run to the 45 of the Maroons.
And you can take your time. There's no rush. Reese Moreno, this would have been the funnest thing. I'd never had a direct snap to myself on any level. And right here,
I kind of want to see him pass it a little bit. I'm just letting you know.
That would be fun, too.
Well, I mean, it's not going to happen. And now Moreno with a slight handoff to Silva will keep it instead, bring it back in, break it out, and see you later. Into the end zone for the house. Keys are right under the mat. Into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs from 45 yards out. And they pretty much sealed the deal on that score from Moreno. And yes, he has totaled all the touchdowns in this game for the Bulldogs. 4 for 4.
Can't argue with that. Get him on the edge. Nothing fancy. This is not a calculus problem. This is pure addition. 2 block down on the end. You have a lead blocker in Reese Moreno, 2-0 to the house.
Now, extra point by Moreno, or excuse me, Drangy, I think is blocked.
Yeah, I think it was.
It's no good. That's his second miss of the season. The first one he actually missed outright. This one blocked. They're both misses, I get it. So he's now, he was going in 28-29 on this one, but it's no good. Score is at 27-0.
Can I tell you, D, though, how good the defense, the D, has been for Bowie tonight to shut short fields down, to get turnovers. And yes, Bowie's been sloppy with the football tonight. It hasn't hurt them a bit. Austin High has not been able to take advantage of any type of turnover that has gone in their favor because this defense has literally shut them down.
Team that gave up about 27 points per game last year. If you want to try to compare defenses, this is a team that's averaging 24 points per game on the season. They gave up 30 against Westlake, but a majority of that came in the first half and really locked them down in the second half. And outside of Lake Travis, this defense has really, really done a good job this year. Very short kick, intentionally. The far sideline, it's caught, and the ball is loose at the 28-yard line. I think it went out of bounds before Bowie was able to get on top of it. That's exactly what ended up happening. So Austin High will retain possession on the far sideline at their own 29-yard line. 1st and 10. But that, you can feel, it's palpable, the deflation in this game, especially, for the Maroons, most importantly, about their way to stay in this game down now 27-0.
Yeah, and here comes more 0, 90, and 99. That front three for the Bowie Bulldogs is relentless, and they are giving the linebackers many opportunities to make plays as well.
Still no number 11. In fact, I'm searching for him on the sideline, and he's down there, but I don't expect him to come back into the game in any capacity. Handoff goes out right-hand side, and that will be maybe 2 yards on the carry. That by Childers.
And Mason East in his blue top talking on the sidelines to Owen Wagner, number 77, right below us. In good spirits.
Offensive lineman, yep. Yeah, but completely out of all of his gear. Flare out right-hand side goes to Logan Davis. He's able to hold on to it, get upfield to the 35 to the 36-yard line. That for about a 5-yard gain. It's 3rd and 4 here for the Maroons, who have, if you looked at them at face value, an offensive line that would stack up almost against anybody else in the league as far as stature, Steve. Now, you can look at an offensive line and think that, but we thought that about Maynor, and we thought that about Judson.
Right.
You can have big guys on the front, but they've got to be able to move and know what they're doing.
Yes.
I'm not trying to take anything from Maroons, by the way.
Correct.
Here's a throw out right-hand side, and it's almost a screen. It's complete, and it's going to be enough for a first down. That to Childers.
Childers
and
ran out of
Davenport
bounds.
able to find him and take advantage. You talk about football judo? Maroons took advantage of that.
They did on that play. Picked up a first down, but it was surprising how the receiver ran out of bounds. Looked like maybe he was hurting, and he is coming. Childers is going off on the far side.
Childers has been busy.
Yeah, beat up a little bit, too.
Wood Davenport will stay in at quarterback. Junior at 6'1", has some time now, will step up and now run the football and lower that right shoulder and run over a couple of defenders. Farenthold goes flying back, and he'll get enough for a first down.
Yeah. It's a good move by the quarterback.
Very close. Actually, it's just shy. 9-yard gain. Only in high school you have these quarterbacks run and take all kinds of hits. Other than Tim Tebow.
Okay, first down.
It's a first down. They're going to actually mark it. Yep, that's very close, but I thought he was shy. Nonetheless, they're going to mark it. Trips left-hand side, one out right. Vasquez, your lone receiver near side. Play action, looking to Vasquez. Now Davenport will go on the slant, and one-handed catch on the near side. 30 underneath, one tackle. Staying on his feet is Hoopman, and he goes all the way down the right sideline inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Houdini-like action there from Hoopman gets him into the red zone and a first down for the Maroons.
And they got to go quick, and that's not going to happen because you got to get the play in from the sidelines.
Vasquez near side, trips left-hand side. Davenport stays in at quarterback, looking left-hand side. Hounded, throws it right-hand side to the corner. It'll be caught at the one. No, intercepted on the near side sideline. There's a battle for it. Everybody was waiting. The receiver was waiting. Lemuel was waiting. We
were waiting.
And Lemuel gets the INT, and they're going to mark it as a touchback.
Yes. What a pick.
In the end zone. How did that happen? Fabian Lemuel now with 2 interceptions in the game. He had none coming in to this game. He leads this team in almost every other category at corner.
Yeah, and right there, You talk about Houdini, because that ball looked like it was probably going to be caught by Austin High, and somehow Fabian Lemieux picks the pocket of the receiver near side right at the pylon. He was inside the end zone, so the ball comes out to the 20.
It's going to be another direct snap. Moreno this time hands it off to Silva. Trying to find an edge right-hand side, going right to left on a 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And there will be no gain on the play. So now Bowie has turned this ball over 1, 2, 3 times. And Austin High has turned it over 4 times.
What you have with using Silva now in the back in the backfield with Reese Moreno, you can run clock, and Reese Moreno can give himself a break.
That is the express purpose of having Moreno now at quarterback once again with the direct snap. He will try to find room up the middle, and he won't find any. Driven back, and forward progress will get him for a yard loss. 3rd and 11 from their own 19-yard line, but Coach Abels and Ty Branyan, offensive coordinator,
this is just clock killing right
fine
now.
with running clock and keeping Brady Lamb, your lone starting quarterback, out of harm's way. He's back in, but we'll see if he hands it off or not.
Or throw a swing pass.
Or a simple swing.
Yes.
Nelson in motion from right to left. Is the lone receiver's left-hand slot. Play action on a quick slant. Is able to complete it. Tracking back in is Watts. But I think they're going to give him enough forward progress. You're okay. It's okay. He got to the 30-yard line, and they're going to give him the first down.
This is what I was...
and Watts is hurt now.
Yeah, the ankle was what...
He's favoring his left leg.
Yeah, the ankle was what more caught me besides him coming back.
We're under 7 to go now, and the Bulldogs, for all intents and purposes, are on their way to winning this football game.
Don't get hurt.
Get guys out that you intend to start in the playoffs out of the game.
Right.
Offset eye, left-hand side, and a 1st and 10. But you want to close things out strong. Delay handoff, Moreno will get upfield, finding the left side of that A-gap to the 38. Gain of 8.
And you don't have to hurry. No hurry.
Take your I understand.
No hurry.
You got a complement of plenty of time on the play clock.
Right.
Every team expected to win tonight are on their way to doing that, including Bowie. Lake Travis, big on Aikens and Westlake, all over Del Valle. Dripping Springs, idle tonight.
Clock under 60.
Taking your time on the play clock. And a zone read keeper by Lamb will have him short of the first down on a 2nd and 2 by a yard. So it's at the 39-yard line of the Bulldogs. It's 3rd and 1. Lamb seemingly okay. I know that his leg a little bit gimpy. If they're going to run him at all, that makes you feel better about that situation.
I'm a little surprised at 3rd and 1 you didn't go back to Wild Dog, but as long as you pick up the first down, that'll be huge.
About 8 in the box. Handoff Moreno. Blitzes his way upfield. Past the 40 to the 45.
That's all you need.
Kind of got tripped up a little bit. Hey, he stayed on his feet. He might have gone in for a touchdown.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Moreno gets to the 45. That moves them chains. Most importantly, you know what? Scoring is not the biggest component of this. You want to take as much time off the clock as you can.
100%.
And that's exactly what Bowie's going to do. They're going to drain the clock.
That's all you need right now. Clock is your friend. You've got enough points to win a ball game here at Burger Center.
Bowie missed out on the playoffs last year by virtue of falling to Austin High. Looking for a bit of redemption on this game. Inside handoff. Near side, here's Silva. He has blockers up in front of him. Kieran Campbell escorting his way possibly to the end zone. No, just shy inside the 1 yard line on the near side sideline. That was about a 55-yard run.
Exactly.
But it's 54, excuse me.
You're right.
And Silva
-1.
that shy of a touchdown.
Broke out of the tackle and then just raced and was, he stayed behind his blocker. He stayed behind his blocker for about 14 and a half yards.
3 touchdowns against Aikens last week.
Yes.
Looking and sniffing that end zone right now. Moreno out. Lamb. The offset eye, deep man. Silva behind him will get the handoff, and he'll try to go to the end zone. He'll be driven back. He'll lose a yard, or half a yard, to the 1.
Under 4 minutes to go, though. That is the key.
Clock runs at 4:03 left.
Absolutely.
Bowie, again, losing out and making the playoffs last year. They fell at house, 35-32. Reed Childers had 2 touchdowns in that game. He also recovered the onside kick to seal the deal.
Wow.
To shock Bowie Nation. Bowie trying to get back in the swing of things. And now Lamb will leap into the end zone, and he'll get in for 6. Touchdown Bulldogs. That from 1 yard out officially for Brady Lamb. It's his first rushing score of the season and his 3rd touchdown on the year. Touchdown Bulldogs.
Great drive by the Bowie offense right there. That statement. A huge rush by Julius Silva to get the ball to the 1. Brady Lamb takes it in 2 plays later. And now 33-0 Bowie.
5th rushing score of the evening. Drangy will drive that one through. And after it's all said and done, it's 34-0. Bowie leading comfortably at home against the Austin High Maroons with 3:34 left here in the 4th quarter play. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Visit the Salt Lick Barbecue and try their signature all-you-can-eat family-style dinner. Feast on unlimited helpings of Salt Lick's world-famous beef brisket, sausage, pork ribs, potato salad, coleslaw, and beans, all for just $33.95 per person. This offer is perfect for groups and available all year round at our Driftwood and Round Rock locations. Bring your family, friends, and stretchy pants and head to Salt Lick for the ultimate barbecue experience at this iconic Texas favorite. For more information, visit www.saltlickbbq.com and follow us at Salt Lick BBQ on Instagram.
34-0. Bowie Bulldogs with the lead here at home against Austin High. Well on their way now to a victory and going 3-3 in district play. Most importantly, have a tiebreaker against Austin High and propel themselves into the postseason. Short kick fielded at around the 8-yard line of the kickoff by Logan Davis is brought up midfield and then breaks it back near side. That's the right side to the 35-yard line before he's brought down
by number 28, Grayson Gaspard.
By Gaspard, who is well on his way to baseball, also heights.
I like the multi-sport athlete.
Yep.
I like that.
Got plenty of those. Mason East is in street clothes, so to speak. He got nicked up. I'm watching him as he continues to be around his team and be the leader that he is, but he's favoring that right leg noticeably. Austin High now. DeBlone looking deep down the right sideline, and that will be incomplete and driven out of bounds. Even if he'd been able to catch that, I think that Brady Ford would have been an illegal man inbound. I don't think he established himself.
Right.
So, but great coverage downfield.
Correct.
And no flags thrown, so incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
You like the next guys up, next man up theory. And right now, no drop-off. Up 34.
Nope. Hendricks York in there at the right end. Coming strong. 4 coming. Hendricks York providing the pressure. Jablone trying to find Ford again. Just comes off of his fingertips on the throw downfield around the 43-yard line. But hits off the hands, incomplete. It's 3rd and 10. The body language for this offense for the Maroons is noticeable now as they are tired.
And also down
Exasperated,
34.
all the things.
Yeah.
You know who's always in a good mood? Luke Katz. He's on the far sideline. He's got hands firing around. Here comes the pressure up the middle, and all kinds of trouble here, and then flush out of the pocket. Will be running and then leaping forward to the 50-yard line. It's Elijah Jablon, and you know what? He has been fun to watch.
Yes, he's excited about football.
He is a great guy to watch. He understands the game. He knows when to run. He's going to be something here for Austin High.
Yeah, he's excited about football.
Yeah. Got the first down on top of everything else. Under 3 to go. Ball at midfield. Jablon again looking down the left side. You know what? He wants to run with it. He's going to tuck it in and then be drugged down around the 41-yard line. 43 make it, but he's short of the first down marker by 3. Make it 2, an 8-yard carry.
Maybe
and
one.
He never takes a big hit, Steve. He knows how to be tackled.
That's smart. Get out of bounds sometimes, or dive forward.
Tuck down. I don't know.
Scooch down.
He figures it out.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Russell Wilson a little bit.
Stop.
He's figuring it out.
Stop.
Blown again. Deep drop. Throws it left-hand side. It will be caught at the 31-yard line. Logan Davis has a way to get in the end zone. And he's going to try to get there. Leaps forward. Loses the football. On top of that, they're going to say he's down at the 1. So his leg must have come down before he lost the football. Or it's a touchback, one of the two. Is my estimation. They're going to say he's down at the 1-yard line.
Down at the 1.
And that was one of those, you take a risk to try to get the interception on the far sideline. You miss it, and your receiver gets it and has a lot of room.
Yeah, it's not bad coverage, but the tackle after the catch, you have a receiver that breaks free from there. We're at the 2-minute timeout.
Yep.
And first and goal from the 1.
The throw, I mean, you talk about the way Jablon is able to run the football a lot in this game.
Yes.
That time he had to make a quick throw with pressure in his face off of his back foot across the field. Yeah, it's your right hand. I understand that. That's more advantageous, but still, that hit the receiver. Yeah. And you got to take some chances when you're down 34-0. And that time, he was able to hit it.
Yeah, paid off. And, listen, as we both stated and you initially, a quarterback that loves playing the game, and if you get Jablon out in space with a little time, he can conduct his team and orchestrate a drive down the field.
Caleb DeLeon is in at tailback. Under center is Jablon, and they're going to hand it off. Nope, they're going to hand it off left-hand side and into the end zone on the misdirection to Vasquez. Jaden Vasquez with the rush. His 8th of the season, his first rushing score of the year. Goes in for the first points of the game for the Austin High Maroons. They finally get that goose egg off the board, down now 34-6 with 1:49 left in the ball game.
Good drive by the Maroons. Too little, too late. But that looked good.
Peterson out for the extra point. James Peterson, the senior. The hold is Patrick Boyd. Snap back. Boyd gets it down. The extra point is up, and it is good. Austin High on the board. But again, like you said, Steve, it's not enough points really to make a big difference in this game when you're down 34.
No, and look, they said that extra. No.
Oh, it's no good. He missed it. You're right. Good point.
No, they just late to the party.
Okay.
Late
I
to the
thought
party.
It was good.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Late to the party. As no, I'm just I'm gathering my thoughts, and I admire the coaches giving some of the second teamers guys the opportunity to come out and compete tonight. Bowie is going to the playoffs, so hey, get some reps in with some of these folks that could be key components for the Bulldogs as they're going to face their opponent, and we're not exactly sure, but you've laid out some likely scenarios, D, earlier in the broadcast, given the fact that Bowie would win this evening. And right now, onside kick coming to see if Austin High can grab the ball. But, I think rightfully so, and what we'll do once this game concludes is speculate a little bit, huh?
We'll speculate a little bit more. We have 149, and especially with Bowie up 34-7, we'll see what happens. Peterson's going to attempt the onside kick, I'm sure. Angling it. No, he's going to just kick it away. And it's going to be fielded around the 3, attempt on the field, and picked up at the 3. A little bit of a bobble on the return. And then reversing field near side and staying on his feet at the 20, 25, 30, 35. Spin move all the way down as a mule. And he'll finally back end his way to around the 40 to the 41-yard line near side sideline. So right now, Bowie would more than likely like to try to make sure that they wanted to get away as much as they can from the injury bug. They've already seen a couple of times in this game. That from Asen East, who, again, got hurt a little earlier on in the contest. You're talking about your starting center, Antonio Mowad, also getting nicked up as well. Here's the penalty. It's a holding call on the return against Bowie. So they'll bring the ball back as well. Nope, that's it. It's only holding call.
And it's a spot
foul. So bring it back,
foul.
spot foul, I understand. So 1:33 left in the contest, and Bowie leading 34-7. Bring this ball back. It's going to be now up to Henson Rusing, will come in at quarterback to wind things down. Bowie now will look for their first win here at Berger against Austin High since 2014. Oh yeah. No, I did the research. I was stunned as it was. Loving gets the carry, and he's able to spin his way. Almost lost the football at the end of the play. And he's able to regather it for an 11-yard gain, improbable as it was, to the 19-yard line. You have to go. So Berger, the last 2 games here at Berger was a loss 31-27 in 2023, and back in 2020 during the pandemic, losing 57-56, so right before it, in fact. And then also right before that in 2019, a loss at 28-26. Another low snap and collected by Rusing.
Let's hold on the ball.
And just do not give the ball up is all you're asking for this offense.
Right.
That last carry for Loving got you a first down, so it's now a loss of 5 after the mishap on the snap. Brings up a 2nd and 15. So you have to go all the way back to September 25th, 2014, when Bowie beat Austin High 42-37 here at Berger for the last win here at home against Austin High. Handoff inside, gaping hole. Great job here. Loving is able to get upfield for about almost a 6-yard gain. That offensive line doing a great job upfield. So I thought I was shocked by that circumstance. The clock runs at 13, and that should pretty much do it. The play clock is about a half a second difference. You know what? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, that will run the clock out. And also in this game, the Bowie Bulldogs win and advance to the postseason with a 34-7 victory against the Austin High Maroons.
Yeah, great game defensively by the Bowie Bulldogs. Unbelievable. And then Reese Moreno carrying the torch for the offense. Now, he's not all the offense, but such a stable part and able to, in fact, one of his touchdowns got called back, and we also saw in the fourth quarter, if his knee doesn't touch, he might have had another 55-yard sprint for a touchdown. Nonetheless, everybody contributing, but I love the way the defense controlled the line of scrimmage for the Bowie Bulldogs and just really didn't allow Austin High to get any type of momentum, rhythm, or confidence in what they were doing as an offense. And then the defense just couldn't stop Bowie and Reese Moreno. If it wasn't going to be him, it was going to be either Drangy, Trevor Watt. There were just so many people that were contributing to the win. And hats off to Brady Lamb, who came in and did an excellent job.
Steadied the ship a little bit.
Steadied the ship.
Yep.
You are absolutely correct.
39 seniors. No matter what ends up happening for the rest of the year, they might have very well played their last game here at Berger during their career, will now also be able to walk off this field with a win. And you know what? That is probably, if you all take all things considered, the biggest win of the season for them, as they have poured their guts into this team. And many of them, unknowingly, Steve, you don't know whether they've been with this team since their freshman year or into JV.
Right.
It goes much more into their lives and their parents' lives, their families' lives, and this community's lives than just one game. This is a culmination of 6 to 7 years of dedication, and to come out with the W, especially after what happened last year, how much vindication that has to a certain degree to come off this field with the W. And now you got another game to play.
Yes, and again, hats off to the defense. Hats off to the resiliency where there have been gaps because starters, for whatever reason, not playing, and the team as a whole not missing a beat. Excellent job.
Austin High has won the last 2 in this now, and so that streak is broken. Bowie now with the W leads this series 24-12 and have won 3 of the last 5 against their crosstown rivals. And Bowie back in the postseason after missing out last year. They went 3 straight times, but looking for an opportunity to advance past by district, something they have not been able to do since 2021, that magical year where they went to regionals. This is a team that got nicked up tonight, Steve. They Mason East, we'll see what his prognosis is moving forward. You also have your starting center in Antonio Mowad, who got hit as well. We'll see what ends up happening with him. Christian Haywood, unable to start tonight. We already knew about Rowan Wells. But all that said, and you've been a part of these teams before, I'm sure, where you get nicked up a little bit, you're surprised by the next guy up, right? And not surprised, but you got to ask for that. And many times you get what you want.
Well, I'll tell you this. The people that needed to carry the team through this game this evening certainly showed up big. And, I'd start with the king, Jackson Lang. And then if you go to the other side of the football and Reese Moreno, and what a difference you can tell when he's healthy, what he brings to the offense. And you can just run so many things complimentary off of Reese Moreno. He allows others to get open with the football on passing plays. Brady Lamb with a great run of, dang near 50 yards or so, all contributing, leading to a concerted effort and a combined effort by all phases of football for Bowie this evening. And, to see how the defense just stymied an offense, as you say, because in a crosstown rival scenario, all of the stats kind of go out the window because it's one of those things where we're just going to take off the gloves and fight. And the fight that Bowie had this evening, especially on defense, was incredible. And I really love the support that the offense gave the defense. But the defense, because we said there were 3 turnovers by Bowie, 4 by Austin High. It was sloppily played by the offense. But, hey, the defenses were doing what they needed to do. However, Austin High wasn't stopping Reese Moreno and the offense of Bowie, but Bowie's defense shut everything down.
5 rushing scores, 4 of them by Reese Moreno. Lamb capping it off at the very end of that series. Have the Bulldogs winning 34-7. We'll take a break. We'll look at the playoff picture a little bit, and we'll also have our player of the game presented to you by Circle C Orthodontics. Getting our final score from Berger Stadium. The Bowie Bulldogs with a resounding win here at home against Austin High, 34-7. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders all across the country. This year, contributions from Firehouse Subs and their suppliers will total a minimum of $1 million to support first responders via the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation. Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation has awarded over 300 grants worth more than $4.3 million to public safety organizations all across the great state of Texas. In the greater Austin area alone, more than $343,000 has been granted to local public safety organizations, including Travis County Emergency Services, Williamson County Sheriff's Office, and ACC's Police Department. Founded by brothers and former firefighters Chris Sorensen and Robin Sorensen, Firehouse Subs is the real deal. They know firefighters crave delicious food and a lot of it, so they've made sure every sub at Firehouse Subs is piled high with freshly sliced meat and delicious cheeses. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives.
Back here, postgame continues as we get to the Circle C Orthodontics player of the game. With the win, the Bowie Bulldogs go to 6-4 on the season, 3-3 most importantly in district play, and 3-2 here at home. And now I've won 2 in a row. Austin High with a loss go to 2-7 and 2-3 in district play. They still have one game remaining to the Austin High Maroons. They will take on the Lake Travis Cavaliers on the 6th next week and are 1-4 away from home. Jeff Abels now 163 wins, 101 losses in his 24th season as the head coach. And Jason Cecil, who graduated from defensive coordinator to the head coach of the Austin High Maroons, now 2-7 as the HC. He had a nice run, though, at Connolly, went 9 seasons, and also at McCallum 2 years as well, went to the playoffs as well. So with that, the bi-district scenario playoffs look at like this. Lake Travis, Dripping Springs, Westlake are all in. Now, so are the Bowie Bulldogs. So all 4 representatives are inherently in out of 26-6A. The Hutto Hippos, with their win last night against Vista Ridge, are also in, and by virtue of their enrollment will more than likely sew up the number 1 seed in Division 1, which would have them more than likely playing Bowie at Hutto for the bi-district round of the Texas High School football playoffs. Round Rock kind of taken out of that mix. The Dragons lost to Hutto by 2 points about 3 weeks ago, 33-31, which has them as more than likely the 2nd seed in Division 1, which would have the Dragons taking on the Lake Travis Cavaliers. And if you want to map out the rest of it, then you have Dripping Springs taking on McNeil and Vandergrift taking on Westlake.
Ooh.
So or vice versa. It depends on what happens. So you still have Dripping Springs and Westlake trying to figure things out because they play each other. That's the last game of the regular season between those two.
Ooh.
And that will
Where's
decide.
That played at?
That is at Westlake.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll see how that rolls out because those 2 teams will decide who ends up playing who out of 26-6A.
Wow.
But nonetheless, Westlake is happy because they will go to Division 2 when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
And that is inherently what they are looking for here. So that is your playoff rundown, Steve. And now I need your rundown on the player of the game presented to you by Circle C Orthodontics.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, as we said, and I agree, defense wins championships. You have to score, though, and the defense is the only squad that can stop an offense and also score points for its team. Tonight, we saw some very good play on both sides of the ball, but I'm going to stay with the defense, and I'm going to go Fabian Lemieux with 2 takeaways.
I like it.
Yeah, number 6.
2 picks.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat that.
No, and again, when it was definitely a need, Fabian Lemieux comes through like a champ. Doesn't mean that the rest of the secondary wasn't playing. No. Doesn't mean
Gibbs
that awesome defensive line,
yeah.
Venable, Hinton, and the King, Jackson Lang, disrupted.
I love how you get into the whole.
What's that?
Well, the king and the queen.
He
Every time I go to a game with you,
he earned it. The guy's a homecoming king.
I'm not just saying I love it.
And he goes to Yusafa. I'm like, Mustafa. What's Mustafa got to do with Jackson? He's like, no, Yusafa. That's United States Air Force Academy. And so
they are lucky to have him.
Yes, they are. All
Our
night.
nation is.
Yes, the motors that run and that front 3-3 stack has just been unreal. Nonetheless, you saw receivers locked down on either side, and then at the middle of the field there, it seems like the interviews, you got Brady Lamb, you have, of course, Reese Moreno, and our player of the evening, Fabian Lemieux.
And Coach Abels. So
yes.
This is Coach Abels' 24th year as the head coach. We've called multiple games together. Obviously, this is my 8th season. I know you've been here a lot longer. Have you seen any kind of maturation in the game that Bowie has had to play, or has this been pretty much the same each season?
No, this is an intense defense that shut out Westlake in the second half.
Yep.
Had Dripping Springs to almost the bitter end, and was leading like Travis, all in the same season, D. And again, these are 3 monster programs in the state of Texas, let alone District 25, 6A.
Drip and Westlake, I would tell you that I saw a lot out of this team as far as progression is concerned.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of question marks going into this season.
Yes, we did.
Quarterback, offensive line, back end of the defense.
Yeah.
I would tell you that 2 of those 3 I feel really good about. Right now, going into this postseason now, especially with Christian Haywood shelved for whatever extended period of time, this is a team that's going to really lay everything on their quarterback. And you cannot escape the spotlight of the quarterback. I don't care where you are.
Right.
Brady Lamb is going to be one to look at moving forward as the one that's going to move this team beyond by district round of the Texas High School Football Playoffs. And that is exactly where Bowie expects to be, beyond that. There's 1,000%. There's no reason to have
1,000%. And here's the deal. Brady Lamb doesn't have to do it all. That's the beauty.
Get that in your head.
Yeah, just
and move
win as
forward.
a team. You know where the bread is buttered. It's your offensive line and Reese Moreno. That's really the jam. However, such a great supporting cast. Trevor Watts, Evan Drangy, Brady Lamb himself when he makes the right decisions, and you have Hunter coming through, Willingham. There are a lot of options you can have. Julius Silva, nice change of pace.
Are you saying let the game go up to you?
Yes.
Are you saying that?
I'm absolutely saying that.
You do not. You have a lot.
You don't have to press with the defense
you have.
have
At your disposal to let your team work and work with the machinations of that. Is that what you're saying?
I like that.
Yeah.
And the defense. You have a defense, that's supportive, huge on the defensive side of the ball. And I've liked the last 4, 5, 6, 8 seasons of defenses at Bowie, but this one may be a little bit more special.
I will tell you, asterisks in my mind is where Moad ends up landing. If you end up having your starting center being able to move forward, that will certainly help bring everything together with your offense.
It's good that they have the week off.
Right.
And you go immediately to tonight and tomorrow morning in the treatment.
Oh, the open week is the very last game,
right.
the last week of the season. This ends up being a huge gain for Bowie more than likely, considering what happened tonight between East and Moad.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, I think Moad is even the bigger concern here from my perspective, bring this offense together and making it less of an issue whether Lamb is a starting quarterback or not.
Well, 2 things. Yes, where Brady Lamb gets all the reps now, so he has a whole week, and then back into game week for the playoffs. And you're right.
Just no turnovers. Just
no turnovers.
I just want to hear. I don't hear turnover.
That's the cardinal sin.
Yeah.
That's the cardinal sin. And then you see if you can get your starting center back.
Final thoughts. I don't know if you saw Hutto play Vista Ridge. There's certainly some opportunities there for Bowie, but Hutto is a tough out.
The Hippos.
They are very good on the defensive end. We saw their star wide receiver, number 1, there are multiple options for them they have on both sides. They're very well coached.
Yeah.
This is not going to be an easy game.
No, and again, you've seen playoffs, you've seen state championship games, D. You understand Texas high school football puts people into the pros. To your team, Jackson Smith and Jigba, they all came from this level of football, and they're doing outstanding. We've seen Garrett Wilson, we've seen Baker Mayfield, we've seen a whole host of folks that are stars
what would we need
in the
to do
NFL.
to beat Hutto is what I'm asking you.
Okay,
I'm not asking
simply.
about
I'm just saying
NFLers
about the
making it.
no, but I'm talking about the talent that we've
Fair
seen
enough.
right here
That's fine.
in this area, in this district. You got to bring your defense. Defense must travel, and those defenders must play as well as
We
they
need to
play.
lean on their defense going into that Hutto game.
And Reese Moreno.
Yep. Well, they are able to score 35 on the Vista Ridge Rangers, who held
And company.
Right. It's all part of that. But you know when you're about to go into the postseason, when you see your coaches still being hounded by reporters this late, and we're still talking also in the postseason. Final thoughts.
Listen,
We'll close it
a
out.
great regular season. The idea was to get to the postseason. That has been accomplished. And against some of the toughest competition in the district and in the state, Bowie held their own all season long. Let's get ready for the playoffs. We're going to take a week to take a deep breath and then come right back to some more great Bowie Bulldog high school football.
We are done here from Burger Stadium. The Bulldogs are back in the playoffs. Serve a little side portion of redemption. Bowie returns to the postseason after making it 3 of the last 4 seasons. And before that, 13 straight years. Bowie will have their open date of the regular season scheduled next week, giving them an added week to mend injuries, recoup after an unrelenting regular season. There is still a lot to be determined to know who Bowie will face in the bi-district round of the Texas High School Football Playoffs. As the runner-up in the Division I bracket, Bowie will face the top seed of that bracket of District 25 6A, and right now that's tracking to be Hutto. A not quite as remote scenario could have the Bulldogs playing Round Rock, and that's probably about it. It looks like Hutto or bust from this standpoint. No matter who the Bulldogs take on, we'll have that game for you more than likely next Friday evening. Check your local listings on socials and or BowieFootball.org for the date, time, and location. Our final score here from Burger: Bulldogs win it 34-7 over Austin High Maroons. From our on-site engineer and producer Jason DeLeon and my broadcast partner Stephen Foster, I am D. Hansen. From all of us here, have a great night.